of these sets here and hopefully building it's a little something better than the battle pack. I'm not quite sure what I'm expecting from this. I guess we have to build and find out. But first off, I do have to apologize to Shorts viewers who were expecting the UCS Death Star reveal. I forgot to change the title in it. So if you do want to check that out, we have already streamed that. That was Thursday's bonus stream, and it was a blast. It was quite fun taking a look at it. Very, very expensive set. But first thing, whilst I am talking about a few other things that we've got going on right now, is to break down the battle packs. Hello there, Grandmaster Yoda. Hello there, General Grievous. Got both sides in the chat. So I'm going to break this down. But you might see the 3D printer is working overtime in the back there, still printing those members tiles from the last, not the last stream, I think like 2-3 streams ago now. We've got another 11 members to welcome. We already have some of them. Ethan, Ligma, Jacob, Stephen, Slayer Wolf, Paraxicodone, Tom. All of your tolls are currently on the members board. Hopefully there's not too much glare. There you go. We're running out of space on the members board, aren't we? Is the Phase 1 Commander Wolf worth much? It is worth a lot. I can tell you exactly how much it's worth. I use Brick Owl. Loads of you use Bricklink as well. If you want to find out what a minifigure is worth, as long as you know how to spell their name, give it a quick search. And the lowest price, usually with cracks, let's see, it doesn't specify, but the lowest price it's going for in the UK is £110, including shipping, and then there's a new one for 113. So that's probably pretty good condition, and that's only the start. Some people are paying a couple hundred for this minifigure, so that is a nice minifigure to have in your collection. That's a really nice minifigure. I've got the Phase 1 Rex somewhere on the back there, and I know the official Lego Phase 1 Rex is worth a lot. Has the wrong head. Oh, I wonder if the head, because it's wolf, the unique head might be worth quite a bit, like 20 quids of that. But I've got the other members' tiles printing as we speak. They should be done in a couple of minutes, and it pretty much fills out the next row. We have, what, two more rows on Master Mouldie's members Monolith. That gives me 2 more rows or a couple of weeks to think about what's next. Do we get a second members board? How am I going to make space for all these members? I don't know. Hello there, Hoarder66. Am I going to base the design of the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Speeder? No, I don't think I will, because that is Lego. Actually, let me get the image up. But there we go. I'm going to be basing my design off the original Imperial Dropship Transport, which is what Lego have called this, from Force Unleashed. So they've kind of turned the police cruiser into this in canon, but in Legends, this is what it looked like on screen just over here. This is the closest to a canonical dropship transport we have got. Lego have made a fair few of them. We got one back in the day, 2000s, and then they redid it for the 20 years and then redid the redone one for 25 years. And then we got this one. This is the 4th one, and still not a single one looks like the only version we've got in any of the games. I'm going to have to move one of the chats because it's right behind where I have my light. There we go. Now I can see both of you. How many battle packs have I bought? More than I would be willing to count. There's so many. The most battle packs I've bought of a single set is 6. I thought it was 5, but it was 6 of the 501st battle pack. And I'm close to that. I think I'm on 3 with the Coruscant Guard and the Phase 2 Shiny battle pack. Saying that, the Ahsoka Trooper, I think I got 5 or 6 of that one as well. So I'm not too far behind. These are going to be a pain to break out. These ball joints I think we just keep them built. I'm probably going to use them as ball joints. If not, we'll deal with that then. And I've got a few ideas already as to what I can do, especially with the wings of this. Trying to build the wings and get 2 cockpits. You'll see in the image it does have 2 cockpits on this ship, which isn't something that's too easy to modify from any sort of battle pack. Giving any battle pack 2 cockpits is quite a difficult task, but I will find a way. I'd love to sit down and go through just how many battle packs I have bought over the years, because we've got my very first Lego Star Wars set. Hello there, Scrap Squadron. Your members tile is currently being 3D printed, I believe. I don't think it was one of the ones I read out. Let me double check. Yeah, you're on the most recent row of Lego members. If you do want to become a member, check it out. The join button is just below this stream if you're watching stream 1, and if you're on stream other 1, because we don't have a second stream here. If you're on stream other 1, I don't actually know where it is. Somewhere on screen, I hope. And that gives you access to a few perks, including the members Discord, where we have so much. We have a memes page, we have space to talk about new releases. I tend to leak when I'm putting something new in the shop. Members do get the first look at it. And I should also add like a discount code or something for members. That's pending, coming soon. And that's on top of priority reply to comments, because I struggle going through comments. And what else do members get? A lot more. Bonus videos. It has for the last few weeks been an extra video a week, Members Monday. I don't think I'll be continuing it every single week, but when I have an extra bit of content, maybe a behind the scenes, I'll definitely be posting that to members as well. So don't miss out on those. Bit of bonus content for anyone willing to support the channel. Hello there, random person. No problem. Hope to see you back soon. May the bricks be with you. Alright. What I need to do as well is look at improving this hammer, because there were a few fixes. Well, not fixes. It's a great piece of... great tool to have in your Lego collection. And it's 2 brick separators with a rubber hammerhead here if you want to, secure down any Lego, especially for the bigger models. But there was a few modifications I wanted to make to it. And speaking of modifications, actually I've been working a lot around the Lego displays, which today's video, the video dropped like 4 minutes ago. I'll tag it in stream towards the end if you do want to go watch that after this stream. But I am really interested in making displays with Lego sets right now. That's my current focus. So today's video is building a little Hoth display using not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Lego sets. I will not spoil anything that goes on in that video, but it does include the new AT-80, which has a cameo in it. Can't wait to pick up the gingerbread one. That is the set that we're talking about. The gingerbread AT-80. It's a great set, and I hope to see more of those. I didn't pick up, when it came out, the Falcon diorama, and I kind of regret it. I can't say I would have picked it up if I had a time machine, go back in time, but it's a fun set. It is a fun set. Oh, I wouldn't mind instead of an Advent if we just got seasonal sets. I feel like Advents are being phased out because there's only so much you can pack into 25 days compared to just coming flat out with a set, a holiday themed set. Same for Halloween. I wouldn't mind seeing a few more, because we got a Star Wars special for Halloween, and I want to say we didn't get any sets based on it, any at all. I don't remember, none that were memorable, which wouldn't be a good look if we did. Pretty sure we didn't get any sets, and there are some Halloween minifigures that I'd like from Star Wars. Hasbro every single year with their Christmas minifigures, which I haven't seen for this year yet, and their Halloween ones. Always come out with some special Black Series figures that always look good. Could you imagine if we got a little Star Wars set every year for Halloween and for Christmas with Christmas themed figures? This year's Advent we have taken a little look at already. Do I have the Jawa to hand? Let's grab the Jawa, because I do like the Christmas sweaters. So this Jawa has a Gonkan 2BD droids on the front, and on the back we've got the R2 unit. Well, not even an R2, the astromech droid, and two BB units. BDs on the front, BBs as in BB-8 and BB-8 on the back, and I quite like these. But then they also included a, let's make sure I'm not misremembering, I think it was a Snowy BB-8, yes, a Snowy BB-8, Snowman BB-8 in the set, and that's quite nice, not having two jumpers, because they could have done BB-8 in a jumper. They did R2 and 3PO, but instead of going around the jumper route, we got a Christmas themed, like a Snowman R2 we've seen, a Snowman Chewbacca. We've got a load of the Santa mini figures, and we've got a fair amount of gonks, haven't we? We've got basically gonks of the lot of them. But it was nice to see them return in 2025, because it's been a while since we actually got any mini figure. You know, the gonks, like I said, gonks the last couple of years, they've been doing reindeer gonks, Santa gonks, present gonks, and we did also get a new gonk this year, which no doubt is going to pop up in Rebuild the Galaxy. I don't see it popping up anywhere else. Don't think we've got a Christmas special this year. Excited for the Marvel special as well. Wish we had a set based on that. And I do think a part of me is saying that, because if we got a set based on last year's, we could have got Gambit in a cheaper set. But there's also a part of me that would love to get some of the Marvel minifigures that we haven't already got throughout the mini specials, throughout all the big sets, in a fun little mishmash set, or maybe a CMF. Maybe a CMF for Star Wars with Darth Revan, with, you know what, just throw in all the specials. Give us Darth Revan, give us the Chrome Stormtrooper. What other minifigures? Maybe Cloud City Boba Fett, all in a CMF. Oh, I think a lot of Star Wars collectors, I think a load of Star Wars collectors would have something to say with that. If all the rare and expensive minifigures came out in one CMF and you could scan for which one to pick up, that would be crazy. A lot of people wanting a brand new Revan though, and I can't see why Lego can't make an updated one, especially in a Rebuild the Galaxy set. We just got a little TV spotlight on Revan. So maybe there will be future Rebuild the Galaxy sets if this one sells out as well as it does. But I mean, season 1 did perform well enough for season 2 and to have multiple waves of sets, so it must have done well. I just wonder if they're waiting for Rebuild the Galaxy to come out before the sets this time, because that was a big problem last time. We didn't have any context behind the sets, and you know, the Onyx Cinder, the Kenobi sets are proof that if you bring out the sets before the show releases, they just aren't going to do as well. There's not that audience that there is for everything else. So hopefully we're just waiting on either another season to be confirmed, or just waiting on time for them to announce the new sets. Right. I don't know where one of the... Hello there! I'm doing good, thanks, Atomic. How are you? I've also noticed that the short stream, maybe it's just the chat, but my chat has just completely cleared, including my ability to type in it. So hopefully that's an error on my end, but if not, I do apologise to anyone on that stream.
Nicholas and Sophia to always say hi.
Hello there over on Shorts. I don't know what's happened my end. Gotta say that's a first. Maybe I just need to pop it open in a new tab. Yes, no, maybe not. Oh, I had it for a second. All right, let's bring it up on the internet the old-fashioned way. There we go. Hello there, Nicholas and Sophia. Oh. Alright, so my aim for building the ship that you can see, top corner of your screen, is to start off with a nice, strong, solid base. By strong, solid base, it's a bit flimsy at the minute, but we're going to pack this out with a load more plates and base it. Maybe even use these panels for the back so we can just pack as many troopers in here, because whereas this did come with night troopers, I am going to pack this with regular stormtroopers because I just own more than the 4 we were given across the 2 battle packs. Get the cockpits up the front, which is going to be the hardest part. Trying to angle these with something coming down the middle. So we're going to need to get this, especially at the front. If we angle these on the side and make it only 3 studs, we're going to need to get this 8 studs wide, which... using the pieces we've got, we could use up all the plates at the bottom, but that only gives us 2x2s for the top. Oh, nearly printing complete. Huh, interesting. It printed it without swapping out the filament. So, well, I guess it did print it, didn't it? It's not wrong there. But what happened to stopping it to get the different color of filament? All right, we're gonna have to reprint those, but there are the tiles for the remaining channel members. We've got Scrap Squadron on the top, Sean Reynolds, Sunscapes, and our most recent member, Ben, at the bottom. That'll be all for the printer today. Much deserved rest. Catch up on printing another time. I've got so much to print. And a few minifigures, a few custom minifigures to work on as well. What's my favorite lightsaber color? Great question. My favorite lightsaber color is green. Yes, green, definitely inspired by Luke Skywalker's saber, I have to say. I think that's probably the reason that my favorite is green. But yes, if I had to have a saber, it would most likely be a green one. Ooh, how are we going to sit down anyone on here? We've got plenty of grill plates. We could back and forth some troops in the back here. But that only fits us, what, 4? Fits us 4 stormtroopers. Not even that. We're going to want more than that. We could get some in the middle, some on the end. Ooh, I like that idea. Break this back to the bare necessities. Do we have any 1x plates that aren't on these 1x4s? At the back of the carrier, you can kind of see there is an extra door that slides across. I think I'm going to ignore the door for this build. We can always build a door later on if we want to. We could use some snot bricks to get the illusion of the door on, but I just don't think we've got enough pieces to be working doors into it. However, those turrets that we've got, we could have those right at the front. That might help to cover up some of the extra space needed for the cockpit. I quite like that design. We don't want the cockpit too far forward. Let's, what did I say? 1, 2, someone in the middle. This is going to be a tricky build. Blue like Obi-Wan. Oh, classic. I remember faintly seeing the green saber. It stands out in Return of the Jedi and Attack of the Clones as well. The scene where Anakin fights Dooku with the blue and green saber. Maybe I need 2 sabers just to balance it out. But always sticks out in my mind. Great scene. We can build it forwards. And we can also get a nice little curve to the front. I think that's why Return of the Jedi and Attack of the Clones stand out to me. It's not just how compelling the story is, it's that sweet spot right in the middle. Return of the Jedi was branching A New Hope, Empire, and Legends, everything that goes on in Legends, and there's a lot a lot that goes on in Legends. And then Attack of the Clones branches, Phantom Menace, and then Revenge of the Sith leading up to A New Hope. It's the juicy middle of the burger. It's the meaty middle. The meaty middle of the burger. That's probably why I have so fond memories of it. Alright, we're going to need to build up quite a tall wall, I guess. Somewhere in the middle. So I'm not sure how high I'm going to want this. Whether it will be high enough to hold troopers. Who have we got standing? I always have random minifigures on my desk. I still have Dooku. The young Tao's Dooku. So we can have the panel connected ground level. That frees up the arms. And then we can brick off the top because the Stormtrooper helmet is pretty much a 2x2 brick, if I remember it fondly. And that already gets us... Oh, what would that get us? 4 troops standing up? Just about 4. We can't fit 6 because the helmets will collide with each other. And they'll be bumping all around. Yeah. But we can, and we'd also need room for the cockpit. So I'm not trying to squeeze too many minifigures in here. Oh, yes. Do like a tile for a cockpit. Then you don't have to worry about studding down any of the figures, just trapping them in there. And then could get troopers next to each other. Honestly, if we switch up the plates a little. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. Or 2x3s. All right. Rather than 2x2s. The ship is quite dark. I feel like black floors work, not just for Imperial hangouts, but also for any sort of Imperial scene really has to have a black floor, doesn't it? I feel like this is the way. This is the way of Imperial builds. And then one of the troopers with our wall, which will go the whole length of the ship, we can fit our troopers standing up, which aren't far off. Oh, it must be what, a plate shorter than this? Maybe the trooper helmet does stick up a little bit. I really like that reference in the UCS Death Star where they've got on the back there's a sticker that is marks the height. There's a red line on a wall chart, like a little height chart, that marks the perfect height for stormtroopers. All based on that line, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? That Leia says in A New Hope. That one almost throwaway line, because stormtroopers were all, they had a regulation height, which I do think Han meets. I think Han is the right height to be a trooper. I don't know about Cassian Andor, but I would have to assume the same. And they've somehow managed to keep that going this whole time. Haven't done a bad job with the keeping canon in Star Wars. Works pretty well. And then we can get Omni Snot Bricks on the back. That's where the wings build out. From the outside, we can, decorate it later. Maybe we can get the little bits on the top. Hello there, Blue Fire Extreme. Welcome back. So this is almost the height. I guess we should plate up the top of this. We've got a few 2x4 plates that we might be able to squeeze to make something work up there. Any more 2x3s? Good thing with doing 2 sets. I highly recommend if you are trying to part out a model, especially using Star Wars sets, is to go with sets there's going to be the right amount of parts. And what I mean by the right amount of parts is you're not going to build a set and then suddenly realize that the part that you're looking for doesn't exist in multiple quantities in that set, such as the Ahsoka set that has a massive gap in the wing for the droid, for the astromech, and making sure you've got enough pieces to build up something that's going to look symmetrical. If you're going for a symmetrical build, something that is going to stay symmetrical as well. And then it just, makes your process of building it a lot easier. Have I seen your community post? I hope so. I tried to go through them all this morning or yesterday, and I missed one. I don't know how I missed one, but I saw it this morning from like a day or two ago. So if I have not responded to your community post or commented on it, I will see it eventually. But yeah, I'm having trouble working community posts, at least so that I know I've seen them all. We could add a little pattern in the middle as well, because 4 of these corner tiles, I feel like these might be needed on the back, but if you have 4 of these nice angled tiles, you can create a nice pattern, which is a plus, and it fills it all out. I sound like an owl. Fair enough. Welcome to the stream. Right, let's get this top part in. Well, something I got to do, because I'm on the internet as well, I got to switch it from top chat to live chat tonight, so I see all the messages. There we go. Let's have a little look if there's been any more community posts since I last checked. If you have any little builds, any custom minifigures, or anything generally you're excited about to do with Lego or Star Wars, head over on a mobile device to my community. You can do this either checking your subscriptions, clicking on my icon, or by going to my channel page. Oh look, I'm live right now, and clicking on visit community, and then it takes you to the community. And newest post works a little bit. Ah yes, Blue Fire Extreme, yours was one of the posts that I missed out actually, and that was about the Old Republic, not Clone Trooper, but the Old Republic Trooper, because they weren't using clones back then. And the minifigure you have, I won't be able to do this with all your rare minifigures that you're looking for, but sometimes I do have it in my collection, and this is the Trooper. Oh, it's not the button I wanted. This is the Trooper you are looking for. The Old Republic Trooper with a face with wavy lines on it, which is an old Star Wars thing. I don't have the right head on it actually. Mine's just a regular face. But yeah, it's got a really nice helmet, and it's from a battle pack. I don't know if this came with any sets. It's from a battle pack. Let's see if I can find the other trooper that I've got from my Old Republic spaceship. There we go. There's one of the other troopers you could get with the red arms. Yeah, the wrong head on it. So we're just going to flip that around for now. I think the original head for it should have some wrinkles on either side, and no, not look like this one. But there you go, the 2 troopers. They will join Count Dooku on my desk, and they might, oh wait, Count Dooku's in the ship. They might squeeze inside the gunship. Am I able to place the troopers inside? If this, see, I'm putting my thumb right through the cockpits of the ship, so I'm going to need to find a way that I can sit these down or stand them up to fit 6 troopers in the back and another 2 in the front, which would be our 2 battle packs. It would be our 2 battle packs of troopers, 4x4 minifigures. Ooh. No, we need that on the side. Right. My thoughts for the cockpit is to connect these top studs to a 1x3 under tile, and that way we can position them almost however we need, but we need to sit them back quite a bit. So this top's too thick. Do we only need 2 studs in the middle there? But we'd need to branch it out. We can get another 2 of these. Make use of all these parts just to create the roof. Nice. And we could put the snot bricks underneath as well, if need be. That's why we're Working with it right now. And then it's not as sloped as I'd like it to be. It's coming vertically down. That's not sloped at all. But we can angle that. How far can we angle it? Oh, not very. What we might have to do is switch it up so that we can put this aside for now. I'm quite happy with that build. So that the bar element goes into the snot brick. Oh, it doesn't go in very far. And then we attach like a 1x2 between these. Only we had the other ball joint. Maybe a clip. Maybe a clip will do it. Or we could double up ball joint. Oh, the options. So many things we could do. I think our best chance is just laying it flat. Oh. Have that. You're building a Harry Potter retired set. Oh, what set? I always lose track with what Harry Potter sets are retired and which ones are. Is there a way just to know? Or is it always going to be this way? There we are. That would attach to the wall and come down. Or we could just attach that. It's very fragile at the minute. Let's get a plate underneath and on top. If that doesn't secure it, I don't know what will. We don't have the parts to multi-layer plates. One plate will do. One plate will work. We'll do that both sides. There we go. The Ministry of Magic. Oh, is it green building? Green building, right? Am I getting the new Death Star? Great question, Cherries. I will not be buying it. I think £1,000 is money that, honestly, there's so much I could do that would be a better use of £1,000 than picking up a Death Star. Even if I had that money, there is so much £1,000 can do for anyone. I don't think I'm spending £1,000. I don't see myself ever spending £1,000 on a Lego set, which is kind of crazy to say considering between the UCS Slave 1, the Master Builders, Mos Eisley Cantina, that was like 270. The Master Builders Cantina was 320. Already that's £600. It's equivalent of me buying another UCS set, which a couple years time, never say never, but £1,000 on a Lego set straight up. I just can't bring myself to do that. No chance. So I won't be buying the Death Star, but that being said, I do want to build it, so I might part it out at some point. I do still want to build the set. I've got most of the figures already, and the ones that I don't have, I've been working on a custom Galen for so long. Can't believe I haven't made it yet, because, well, we were saying about the Galen minifigure on an olive green torso. I still haven't raided my parts to see if I have any olive green minifigure parts, but it's not looking. Maybe legs. I don't know if that's, I've got a dark green. I don't know if that's olive green there. And I've got a load of olive green like hats and accessories. But if I can find olive green legs and a torso, I'll probably create a custom Galen Urso. Because I do think olive green's the perfect colour for it. Maybe I'll build it and think differently. Oh, what if the roof was detachable? What if we could detach the roof? Okay, now we're talking. Because then someone with big hands like mine would be able to actually get inside and add some figures. Get some clips on the doors. Never know when they're useful. Or straight up replace these. There we go. The tiles. And now we have a detachable roof that the cockpits connect to. Do we need it to be this tall? Someone with a helmet, get in there. No, this is way too tall. Look at that extra headroom. They don't need that. They don't need that. Not when we're restricted on parts. See what we can build. Hello there, Raven Productions. I'm curious, is anyone in chat picking up or planning on picking up the new Death Star? Day one, there is the gift with purchase. Definitely a few people that will want to pick it up for the gift with purchase earlier. A brick. 1 brick's height. What have we? Nothing that's a brick. No, nothing. And we don't have a lot of 1x1 plates either. So we could swap out the snot bricks or whack some snot bricks in the middle. Perhaps. But we can't whack anything in the middle because we need that arm space. If we found a way to hold helmets in the middle, we could probably stack up some extra troopers on the side. No, yeah, it's a bit too expensive, isn't it? If the Death Star was built in segments, I think £1,000 isn't a terrible price, because already we're looking what, like 4 dioramas, 1 exclusive diorama, total, most of them are retired, totaling £500. And then we've got what, a little £25 lift that you'd need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of. That's another 150. We're at 650 already, and we haven't spoken about the £30 Lambda, the £30 TIE Fighter, oh, we've got 2 play sets that are like that were £20-25 back in the day. What, maybe one was 20, one was £30. We've then got the giant turret. That's going to be at least a £30 set. Then we've got, I guess they'd need to build out a frame for it. And I don't see them selling a Death Star frame for all those sets for like sub 200. We're looking at least £300 for a Master Builder's Death Star frame. And then we're paying more, but I think it works out so much better, because if you don't want an entire Death Star, you don't have to pick up a throne room. You don't have to pick up, you know, all these other sets that they could be selling. I would have loved to have seen Lego try something like that. I think that would have worked out a bit better. Just personally, seeing the success of Hogwarts and seeing Marvel kind of picking that up with their modular buildings. Plus, yep, good point, they've got the old one already. They are competing against themselves, which is very hard to do. Trying to make the same thing bigger and better. And yeah, it's not always as easy as they'd think. So I think it was a good attempt from Lego. Hopefully it has enough success for them to want to do more bigger and better things, but maybe they went too big. Maybe they tried to get too better with this one. Just maybe, just maybe. I think there's still going to be a lot of people that have £1,000 to spend. I just don't think there's going to be many of us. I don't see many of us spending that. Oh, that works out so well. Oh, yes. Like it was made for it. Oh, no, we're a plate away, because that isn't a full brick. All right, we do have 2x2s. We do 1, 2. Or we need wings on the back, don't we? Oh no, did I build? No, we do need them. Yes, forgot about those. Can't use all the brackets up just yet. Oh wait, that doesn't work. I can't bracket it because the brackets go up. We need an extra line of plates. And then I think we're back to the start with where we were. Oh. Maybe I stick the brackets out. Maybe. Oh, yeah, why don't we build them on the back of these? That'd work. Went to a Target We don't have Targets in the UK, which sucks because Targets get, well, I guess Targets in terms of Lego Star Wars sets are kind of like our Smiths with the prices, some of the really good sales, and Smiths rival Amazon in the UK. So they're not as good as Target because Target are sometimes better than Amazon, but yeah, they've got some good sets if you can catch them. The new battle pack is crazy priced. Yes, I've seen so many people with photos of them side by side. So the last one was 25, yeah, £25, 20, was it £25 or was it £25? I think it was about $30 recommended retail, and the new one is $45, £35. So even if you get rid of the extra tax that a few countries have, it's still an extra £10 on top. And I think it is because of, the new element. I do think it's because of the new element, because we've seen a few other sets not too far off that price jump. Actually, we've seen quite a few sets valued an extra £10 because of one piece. And I went back and I did find, when the set came out, I did find one set that had 2 new pieces that was a bit more expensive. Was it the Juggernaut? Was it the £140 Juggernaut that should have been £120? We got Bakara's helmet. We got, I think Kiadi-Mundi's using the same head mold. What do we get new? I think it's only Bakara's helmet that, oh, no, the Nova Corps helmet. That's the set. 2 new pieces, £20 more than everyone thought it was going to be. So it seems to be Lego are charging us, oh, perfect fit. Lego are charging us, what, £10 an extra mold, which is nuts. When you look at Captain Rex, well, Plo Koon even more recent. Plo Koon came out a month or two before this, and I think it was 2 months before the August sets, and Plo Koon's ship cost £13. So without Plo Koon, what were they going to charge us, £3 for it? £3 for a microfighter is lovely. I'd love to spend that, but yeah, I can't recommend not the new battle pack, but maybe if you stock up on some of the old battle packs, which I'm looking to do in January. I do want to pick up another one of those old battle packs. Then by the time that retires, the new one's got like a year left. It's in sales everywhere. That's when I build my Star Corps army, I think, and Nova Corps. Still hoping for a Nova Corps battle pack. I will be hanging on hope. Hoping that we get a Nova Corps battle pack, because if not, we just got to get one. We've got to, don't we? There is no if not. There is only if. Right, that's the height of the wall. But I kind of want something else in there. Really liking how this is coming across so far. And this is using only the 2 battle packs. No extra pieces. No matter what we need, I'm not going to do it. No extra pieces. Maybe we've even got a little weapons rack in here. Just maybe. There's actually 2 plates too short. So we do have the space to add a weapons rack of sorts. But I'm wondering if we even need that panel in the middle, because we could turn that into a little weapons display. Oh no, I've caught the Star Wars curse. I've turned everything into a weapons rack. No, we'll just leave some extra space up the front, just if it's needed. And I suppose we don't need anything down the front. So we can add some nice comfy chairs. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Because we've got the studs at the front to attach our troopers. Try not to buy the overpriced sets because you want them to know. That's a good point. I think a lot of people are still buying the sets. Lego is going to get more expensive as it goes on, but some of these sets are a bit too expensive compared to other themes. That's the big grab for a load of people. Hello there, one with a stud. Welcome. Hello there, Cardor Gaming. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is the Force Unleashed dropship transport built using the battle pack, which I have convinced myself is more than possible. So we're going to go till this works. And yes, how this is going to work is the tricky bit. Oh, so if we've got the troopers in the chair, we need the chair to be one out for the cockpit to hold. The cockpits do hold. We need to secure them on top. What do we have in way of tiles? Let's get some these nice wing pieces on. So the cockpits will hold if they're in the middle. And then that gives us the space still for some enclosed weapons rack down towards the front. They don't come down as far as I'd like, but we could fix that with a brick or even a snot brick. Even get a little snot brick in there to hide away, which is 5 plates tall. So that's going to be plenty of room. Oh, I don't throw it on the floor. Plenty of room. Only we could secure it a little more as well, like with a 2x3 that I used up ages ago. Can't even remember where they are. Or a 2x2. Oh no, because it's not snot brick. All right, got to keep our eye on these brackets then. One there. Is that too much? Snot brick it is. Oh, it's in that awkward position where we just need something that's a few studs shorter. And that would be perfect. So you there, bracket on top. No, because this is the wrong studs. That's why Lego have connected it. The point they are, that's, I think boycotting gives the wrong message, because if Lego sets were to be boycotted for the Star Wars theme, they'd just drop Star Wars. If everyone managed to stop buying Star Wars sets, they'd stop making Star Wars, they'd move on to another theme. But I do think waiting for sales does give the right message, because if a set is worth the money, I always say pick it up right then and there. And you know, Lego know, oh well, if we make this set at this price, it's gonna sell out so quickly, because that's what Lego want. Lego don't want sets to be sat on shelves in sales. It's not a good look for their business, but also it's not good business. Lego wants sets to be flying off shelves, and if you can't afford it, if for whatever reason you can't spend that money, don't pick it up. Don't stress yourself picking up the latest sets. What I usually do now, like we did with the Juggernaut, which I think the Juggernaut is the only set I couldn't see the value of. In the new line, the Juggernaut's the only set I really couldn't see the value of. So we ended up building it early using the box art. Don't recommend that. But what I do recommend, that was like an 8-hour stream. If you've got 8 hours of your time, give it a go. But if you want the build and don't want to buy the set, the minifigures will be cheaper at some point. Be careful. Cheap. The minifigures might also be more expensive if you leave it too long, but it will be on sale eventually. The build is able to be built 9 times out of 10 using the parts that Lego already have. Go buy the parts. Most of the time it's cheaper. The Juggernaut only costs 80 quid to buy the parts. So if you're not fussed about the minifigures, pick up the parts, brand new condition online. Through lego.com, they're probably a bit more expensive, but sites like Bricklink, Brickowl, pick up the parts off there and build it from parts. I did that back in lockdown. I did that with the 2012 Venator before I realized how much that set was going. And I managed to, for less than £120, because I was comparing it, I want to say the Justifier. No, the Justifier was £150. There was £120, maybe the Inquisitor Scythe was out No, that was Kenobi. That was real recent. Something was out at the time and it was costing over £100, and I could actually part out the Venator with its minifigures for cheaper than that set cost. So I went online, parted out the set, built that, had a great time, and it sat on my windowsill bathing in the UV rays from the sun for about a year or two. Somehow it did well. I have a few white elements that I thought were from that, but I don't think it has any white elements exposed, so thankfully no UV damage. It didn't get that much sunlight, but I thought it was crazy that I could part that out for cheaper with the minifigures as well, which I think that Palpatine is worth a little more than it was back then. So that Palpatine's probably the most expensive minifigure. I don't see any of the others being, maybe the Senate Guard. I don't think the Phase 1 clones go for too much online, but yeah, have a little look, part out the Juggernaut or any other set. But like I say, the Juggernaut's worth, what did I say, 80 quid? Something like that. Suppose it's not just Star Wars, it's also Marvel, Lego City and many others. City's quite good. I'll go back to Smiths. Like with the Target, Smiths usually have City sets on sale. We saw a few of them day one for what, like 15% off in a Smiths, which don't normally have day one sales. I thought that was great. And a few other themes are getting sales a lot earlier. Star Wars, even Star Wars, if I have a little look, a little search, and if you know where to look as well, it does also help. So Lego Star Wars sets, we'll go through the August ones if I can find them. These are old sets. The internet just needs a general newest first. So the advent calendar that has just come out 6 days ago, 13% off, £25 already. Flows Micro, £10. We've seen that on Amazon time and time again. Night Trooper Battle Pack, 25% off. We got, what would that have been? What would 2 for £20 have been? Like 40% off? Something nuts like that. We've got, where are the new sets? Are they sold out? They sold out full price. They never went on sale. Surely not. There's the old battle pack, which is £19. We've seen it for £17 in Smith, so maybe that is cheaper elsewhere. These aren't the cheapest prices. These are just prices that are popping up. Where are the new sets though? There are so many old. We're going back to Luke's Red 5 helmet here. Someone's got it for £50. I'm sure that would sell out if that was here. Where are the new sets? Let's have a look at the Juggernaut. Let's see how that is selling for. Quick Google. We can see £125, £125, £124, and they're like Zavi, Asda. So these aren't your rare sites. These are just, type it into Google, see what it is. Smiths have it for £130. No one has it full price because no one's paying for full price sets. Everyone has a sale within a month. It's just gone September 1st, basically. September 6th. It's the same week. September sets are on sale, August sets are on sale, June sets are on clearance. Basically, at those prices, they are being cleared, which is how I ended up with 2 of these sets, because I did pick up 2. For £10 each, I could not resist it. I got the best deal on a battle pack. Can't remember which battle. Oh no, Ahsoka's. I think I did a video on it. The best deal on a battle pack I got was Ahsoka's 332nd Clone Troopers, and that was 2 for £15. No way would you get battle packs back in the day for 2 for £15. Great price. When did the stream start? When did it end? It starts at 2 o'clock. I start all my streams around 2 o'clock on Tuesdays and on Saturdays, which is today. Today is a Saturday. Almost forgot that. And yeah, £10 each for these ones. The Ahsoka Clone Trooper was £7.50 on offer, which I thought was a great price. So I did also pick up quite a few of those. I think I only managed to get like 2 of those. I went to go back for them and they're just completely sold out. But great prices nonetheless. Oh wait, we have brackets. Ooh, we have brackets that could come in very handy. Can't forget those. All right, I think the cockpits are looking good there. Ooh, need to make sure I've got enough space to run this down the middle though. I'm wondering maybe we are best putting it on the roof rather than trying to get it anywhere else. There's nothing that sticks out of the top. So we need jumpers. That's what we need with this set. We need jumpers with them so that we could get... Why does this... Oh, okay, I see now. So not scrolled down. There we go. That's better for chat. We need some jumpers because of all of the 1x3, 1x2, like these ball joint covers. If they were the other ball joints, I think they'd still work as well in the set. Maybe better. No, you'd have to rebuild the roof if you were to change them. So I'd see why Lego chose what they did. Probably didn't get the choice. Though I will say, we've built a roof without the long plate. So we could go back and add this to the initial design. Widen it just a little bit. Oh, maybe we don't even need the front. Maybe we just straight up ball joint it. Where did they go? There's one. Because these ball joints can just get into angles that other pieces dream of. They really do. But again, the ball joints also have to abide by laws of physics, and sometimes they just can't phase through each other. It's going to be a close one, this. The panel. One of your next stop motions is going to be sci-fi. Ooh, fun. I would like to make another stop motion at some point. I don't really know what would be on. Maybe next time we get a Lego set, like Battle Packs would be a fun stop motion, especially the Ahsoka one that comes with both sides. I quite like that. We still need to support it at the front, but again, the only thing is getting that front trooper angled down enough. So we need to increase the height of it. This is the way. Increase the height of it, and then we'll go from there. There we go. Still got that long plate. Maybe that can go up the front, or maybe that can go up the front of the ship, because we don't have... Do we have a door up the front of the ship? No, it's just a big panel. It's just a big control panel. Nice. Makes it easy, doesn't it? Never done it before, so you're excited. Stop motion. Hello there, Scrap Squadron. Welcome back. And stop motion itself is really fun. It can be quite long at times, especially if you haven't locked down any of your builds. If you are trying to do stop motion, if you are doing stop motion, do or do not, then definitely use a base plate or something to fix it on. Oh yes, good point, Scrap Squadron. The tiles are printed, but they don't have any black on them. It just powered through it. So let's see if we can get them reprinted with some black. This is what I did for my previous members board, actually. I just printed the tiles and then got an ink stamp over the top. But that's not the quality we settle for here on the channel. We settle for the nice dual printed ones, which is fun to make. So let's head back. Oh, I see the issue with the G code now. Yes, it didn't. Are you alive? Hello. All right, we can get this straight on. And then we can go about continuing our build. I can't remember actually if this is the one that I've modified for the vibrations. I don't think this is. I did find a way to edit the code so that it doesn't do the vibration calibration, which is great for when I'm printing on streams. Only really needs to calibrate it once per build session, but I have a feeling this is not the one. 3D print, your 3D printer is not multicolor, so if you make the words come out a little bit, you can make it easy to read. So my 3D printer isn't multicolor either. The AMS only supports 4 colors, which I feel like maybe 4 is the limit for some, but I feel like unless you're printing multiple colors on the same layer, it doesn't help as much. Hello there, Archer. So what I do is look at this. This is your tile. What I do is I have the letters stick out. You can see they're just sticking out. That did not sound good. Oh, it's good. And that way, what I can do is pause the layer height at a certain layer and then swap the filament by hand. So what you'll see in about 15-20 minutes, something like that, is the printer will stop. I'll then swap the filament color out for black. You can do it with any color, but maybe white. Maybe white is better. We did use white before on this row of tiles, on both of the rows of tiles. So I might do that instead. And then it makes the text stick out in a nice white color, or black for the other colors. Have a business for 3D printing. Oh, nice. Do you sell physical prints or do you sell digital designs? And if so, what? Feel free to let us know. I guess this tile can go on. This is the no name at the end, just to finish off the line. Sometimes names don't fit on like 3-4 studs, so we have just one on the end. Physical, nice. This is the members board, members Monolith. So if you would like to have your name on the board, this was started, all right, what's the history of the members board? Did we start it like November time last year? And the goal was to fill up a 16 by 16 plate, a white plate that looked like this, but a little smaller, which is why we have the massive bottom for it. And we managed to fill that up within the first, like, I mean, how many names did we fit? Probably the first 3, maybe 4 rows. Must have been 4 rows fit on that board. And we filled that up within a few months. So I needed to go bigger. And the aim of the members board, I guess it's not really an aim, but the goal of the board was to fill this up for 2025. Why does it keep catching? How has it even done that? There we go. How has it done that though? All right, I'm gonna have to check that over. But there is no join button. There's a join button somewhere on the screen. I think it's next to the subscribe button sometimes.
Tends to be next to your name.
Ah, next to my name. There you go. Have a little look next to my name. And if there's no join button, I don't know if YouTube can disable members for like different age ratings, maybe different age accounts. I don't know. You'll have to check that out. But the goal of this year was to fill this up for 2025. We are like 75% through the year. And as you can see, we're a bit more than 75% through the board. There is another row pending. We are currently on our penultimate row of members. So there's 2 rows left. Who knows what's going to happen once we fill this up. I was debating starting another one, but I feel like starting another one just it gets rid of the specialness of this. So I might leave it there. I can't promise anything after this board is filled up. Everyone's name that's on it will stay in the background on display on one of the shelves, and this might be the last chance to get your name on the board. I have to see. Maybe afterwards what I can do is start like a brick wall, something like that. A bit smaller than the Monolith, won't take up as much space with all you lovely members joining. And you also get member perks, which they tell you when you find the join button. Oh, you are a member. Huh. That is odd. Have the Flashboard 3D printer. Oh, that sounds nice. You are in the setup. It is usually on display next to the 3D printer, but again, once I wrap up this stream, I'll leave a link for the video, today's video, in chat, so you can check out my new Hoth display, which has turned out really, really well. If I say so myself, turned out so well. You don't want to miss that. No 1x3s though, do we? Ah, again with the 1x3s. No. Oh, we wanted to sit this guy on a brick, didn't we? Increase the height of the seat. Right. Oh, or we could bracket off the front. Oh no, I think I've used up all my brackets. Bracket, we could also plate it off. I don't think I've got any plates that would work, unless, nah, don't even have these little plates. All right, we can fill that at the end once we know what we've got left. For now, let's stack some of these up, because that would have enough space. Or idea. What figs go into this build? Oh, thank you for chilling, Scrap. May the bricks be with you. So the figs in the 2 battle packs are down there on my Peridia display. They are 4 Night Troopers and 4 Death Troopers, and technically you do get Death Troopers and Stormtroopers in this in the ship, so they do work. But I'm going to replace those for 4 Stormtroopers, maybe even 1 Death Trooper and like 7 Stormtroopers. Maybe just 8 Stormtroopers. Honestly, I haven't worked out exactly what figs are going to go in here. I would love to pack it with 8 Death Troopers, but I do not own 8. Maybe I mix it up. Maybe some Stormtroopers, some Death Troopers. And we'll see how I feel about it then. Because this is a trooper carrier, dropship. So there's got to be some troopers in here. Oh yes, I forgot. I was checking up on the printer. Other than the big ships, not as well versed in other ships. This ship is probably one of the least common ships that LEGO have technically made, because this is, all right, are you going to behave? That better have been a yes. I don't speak 3D printer. This is from an old game, Force Unleashed, and even then, it's not a prominent ship. It's not like the Ebon Hawk. Any Knights of the Old Republic fans in chat? The Ebon Hawk, lovely ship. It's not like that where it's quite prominently featured. This is just a troop carrier that drops a few troops for a few of the fights. But one that's clearly stuck around with quite a few of us fans of the games. I'd love to replay those at some point. I think I own them on this computer. I don't remember now. No problem, one with a stud. May the bricks be with you. So this isn't a common ship, but it's still a really nice set that we could have got from LEGO if they went with, I suppose this is the 30 odd pound version of the set. What is going on? All right, yeah, let's stop that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, I'm gonna sort that out after the stream. It's being a bit of a problem at the minute. Don't know what's going on. And then instead of, I tried to get these slopes on the front and angle them flat, but you can just see in there that the slopes don't go flat. So I'm going to replace them with these rounded off plates, which because they round off, they come to a sharper slope at the bottom. Not only does this give us somewhere to rest the roof, we will need to build that into the middle as well. Wait, where's... That is the same height. We could just put some 2x2s down there. Oh, just not. All right, we'll pack that out a little bit more. There we are. But then that will provide quite a bit of support for the top as well. There you go. It meets up a bit better than the two power miner slopes did initially. It has a bulletproof vest. What has a bulletproof vest? Hopefully not the 3D printer. Needs one. Does need one. And then we've still got quite a gap. Quite a gap in the front. Lower the cockpits down. Yeah, that'll work. We can fill out the sides. Maybe plate up the middle bit, get some nice tiles on it, or we could go with the original idea. Go with the original idea of the panel up the front. I just don't like the nose it then gives the ship. So the panel's best off in the middle here. Can we fit it? I mean, it fits. It holds up the middle. It seems pretty, gonna say it seems pretty legal. No, not enough space for this middle piece. So we'll take that out if it's been a problem. What about a brick? What about a brick? One plate smaller. Yes, there's space for a brick. Success. There's space for a brick everywhere. Can we just place bricks around? No, maybe. Ooh, because what if we were to underside it? I'll keep thinking on that. Hello there, Moonshoes. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's see if we find. Going to be called the Battle of 2100, based at the time of the world's transitioning from bullets to lasers. Nice. Bit like, yeah, a bit like a load of sci-fis actually. Just default to laser weapons. Could you imagine bullets in Star Wars, or like something primitive like arrows? Arrows cutting through. A lightsaber would set fire to an arrow, but would it disintegrate it?
They had arrows in the sequels.
Did they have arrows?
Yeah, with the other stormtrooper peeps.
Oh, we don't really see them used. So in Rise, the stormtrooper gang have a bunch of arrows, but we don't really see them used as much. Didn't Lando have a crossbow as well? And he shot one of the First Order troopers. I remember that now. Yes. Need more arrows. I am building the Imperial Transport Dropship out of 2 Imperial Transport Dropship battle packs. Needs to be a shorter name for that. I can't remember it though. Chewbacca has a crossbow. Chewbacca's is a laser. Chewbacca does have a laser powered crossbow. But it is a crossbow at the end of the day, a sci-fi crossbow. Ooh, anything to fill up the middle there. No, I don't think we can get, we could probably just get a brick in. We could fill it up with bricks and a bunch of snot technique and various other elements. Oh wait, it's not a 1x2 plate, it's 1x2 tile. Could not remember if it was laser or not. Yeah, Chewbacca's was laser, but there are a few examples, as we've remembered, that aren't laser. It's just most people have laser weapons in sci-fi. Can't even say most. There's so many cases that don't. There we are. And what was that? About there, I think. Don't know if there's a way to secure the cockpits a bit more. They only have that stud connection on the bottom of them, which does just inherently make them a bit weak. But we can access the cockpits without needing to pop the roof off. Just fold them up at the front and fold them back down. Ooh. But now, how do we seat them? We want a tile at the front. Tile at the front, a stud at the back, don't we? Again, not a lot of studs hanging around. Or just include a rounded one, then we can sit the back wherever we like. Given that I want to do the bridge with the Avengers, yes, the display, do I think I could try to do the Void Team from Deadpool and Wolverine? Oh, I don't really know where my Marvel display is gonna go, but I think I'll work on the bridge first, and then we could get a bunch of different. We could even, like, if I do the bridge, we could add a few Spider-Verse figs on the top of the bridge fighting in webs on the top, and then underneath the bridge opens up for, like, we could just build a generic bridge and get a ton of Marvel figures on the one display, because genuinely I love talking about Star Wars, I love talking about Marvel, I love talking about Lego. Yeah, mind blank, head empty, but no worries with the Marvel questions, keep them coming. With my minifigure displays at the minute, the base plates are just on top of the Funkos, and if we built something that was taller, not only would you see it more up there, but also I have at the minute a Marvel base plate. Some of these have figures on the back of them, but Marvel, I've got the same size base plate for Spider-Man and X-Men, and then my other Marvel figures are just down here on a strip, which is the same length as all of those ones. So I could combine the 3 different figure displays into a multi-tier display, and actually, come to think of it, I could do the same with Star Wars. Just build 3 different hallways for all my troopers to be fighting, maybe like a Clone V droid, then a Stormtrooper, then a First Order, maybe even a Final Order one. Have a 4-tier display. So that's a good idea. And that will probably be built on a future live stream as well. So don't worry, you won't miss out on that. Got your Spider-Verse CMF set complete. Oh yeah, someone posted this morning. Spider-Verse CMF. I saw it pop up on the community when I was just on there. Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, it doesn't have any join button on it. Huh. That is weird, but I guess you could try refreshing the screen, but I'm not sure that helps. Maybe it's just a bug with YouTube at the minute. Let me just double check it's. Oh wait, I've got a tab open now, don't I? Let me double check it's all good my end. Yep, join button still shows up even though I am me. Do I have multiple YouTube channels? You've had to subscribe more than once. I don't think I do have multiple YouTube channels. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Just the one me. But thank you for resubscribing. Did I see the message? Yes. Yes, I did in the end. Got there in the end. Yes, it was Alfie. That had with great power comes a great Spider-Man CMF. There we go. In the community. Look at that. I really like the base plates. I didn't realise they come with translucent orange 4x3 plates. I guess we see it. We see it online. I just never think of that. Same with all the Disney patterns and all the different printed 3x4s. Master of all, Marvel, Star Wars. Just Gambit stood in a pile of ash. Thunderbolts was good as well. Put the 2 Ultimate Bridge battle sets together. Oh, that. Yeah, and then you could design something that go in the middle as well. Because I know about the Spider-Man set that come out with a bridge. That was quite cool. So, right, let's have a little look at this torso. Let's see. The dark bluish grey over shirt. Oh, is this 3 minifigures? Surprised it hasn't been used on more, honestly. Oh, it has. Oh no, 2020. Quite an old torso as well. I gotta keep my eye out for the old torsos. I think it's crazy that Lego broke the. Oh, I see. Because of was there not walkie-talkie? There's a security torso still. Put the 2 ultimate. Oh yeah, I read that one. Yeah, I guess it is a bulletproof vest, so that is, yeah, that's odd. I guess Lego's main stance is against weapons, but the fact that they've included a bulletproof vest in City, I'm sure City sets have had guns at some point as well. So you put the 2 together, that is a lethal combination. But maybe that's why it was only in those 3 sets. They had it in 2 sets in 2018, probably designed together, bought it back in 2020, and someone must have thought, hold on a second, bulletproof vests in a Lego set? Why would they need bulletproof vests unless... Yeah. So I guess we won't be seeing any bulletproof vests. That's probably on their list now. On their no-go list. Bulletproof vests. We're getting some nice shape, but we haven't done anything for the wings, and I do have a few clips that we could work with on the back. I don't want to leave those for weapons if I can. We're also going to need to build up the back just a little bit, and the front is looking a bit, just a little empty. We could get a side build. Do we have enough ball joints? I'm going through them like there's no tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the wings would need a ball joint. How high? How high and how far out do I want the ball joints? Guess bulletproof vests aren't. Yeah, I guess bulletproof vests snuck through. Use the generic white guy Stormtrooper head and the newer Mal hair, which was the guy from the Christmas Carriage last year. That was good. Oh, whilst I remember, we've got a look. Lego have uploaded images to the site. It's not public yet, but they've uploaded images to the store of the Halloween gift with purchase, which is Celebration Series 3. And I didn't realize when we built the Celebration carousel that that was part of a wider set of gift with purchases. We got, I think it was technically the second one. People are crediting with the carousel with being the first, but I think it got re-released under a different name because we got the Valentine's hearts. Then over the summer for the fairs, we got the carousel, the spinning wheel we made, and now we've got the Halloween celebration set, which has the light up ghost with a red light in. That looks really cool. Might have to pick up some Halloween sets for that. And then on top of that, we've got Christmas, which is another holiday. That's probably going to have the final celebration set of this year. And I wonder if next year they'll do something different. We've seen VIP bags that then turn to insider bags. We've seen these 4 celebration sets for this year. So you can almost guarantee Valentine's Day is going to have a gift with purchase. There's going to be a summer one, a Halloween one, and a Christmas one. Feels like a given. First quarter, very Valentine's. Second quarter is sort of spring turn summer. Now we've got summer into Halloween. Then we have Christmas for the final quarter, which again overlaps with October, but they like to have their gift with purchases out. I think the gift with purchases is meant to be out this month, 28th of September, something like that. But I don't know, the wrestler car. Oh, I know the set. You mentioned, but forgot to of the big Captain America shield, the UCS one, the like the massive one, the giant one, without. Right, I'm moving that chat. That chat has been moved. It has been moved so that I can actually see what's going on. Big Captain America shield without the stand. What type of stand should you get for it? Oh, I think that's one of the sets that I personally would whack on the wall. Like you'd have to get something that you could screw to the wall and then clip it to. I don't know if that does hang easily or if it needs a bit of a modification. Car. Did I say car? Wrestler car. Oh yeah. I didn't mean to say. Oh, the message said car. Didn't even notice that I'd said car, honestly. CMF. Same thing. Car. CMF is collectible minifigure. Car is collectible. Car. It's a car collectible. That's what. Same wavelength. Thank you, Rebecca. Yes, the Avengers video is coming. It's honestly, I've been doing so much with the displays and little bits around for like the store and stuff. I haven't got around to doing the Avengers figures yet, but they are coming. They're on the way. Oh, welcome the person to the full screen stream. Yes, a lot better experience. For the Captain America shield, I would say wall, whack it on the wall. And I don't know how easy that is. Maybe that's easier said than done, but Technic is your best friend when you're looking for wall displays for Lego, because not just it's strong enough to hold up quite a bit in terms of Lego weight. Might need like 3-4 screws in it still, but also it's modular. So if you move or if you want it displayed in a different way, you can just whack the Technic in a different configuration, and hopefully that'll work for any scenario. Question for everyone, both chats, from MCU, the Marvel Universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who is your favorite OG Avenger? The OG Avengers were Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, Black Widow, Thor, and Hawkeye. And Hulk. I feel like I said Hulk. And technically Ant-Man. Technically Ant-Man can be whacked in there. If we're going Cinematic Avengers, up to date, Ant-Man included. Ant-Man's not my favourite though. I'd probably go with Thor. Probably go Thor. I don't know. It's between Thor and Iron Man for me. Captain America or Hulk. Yours is Hawkeye. Oh, we just need someone to say Black Widow. And we got the full Avengers between us. Yeah, it would be between Iron Man or Thor, but I'm leaning to go to Thor. I like the techiness of Iron Man suits. Ordered the Daily Bugle 2 months ago. It's finally in the warehouse. Oh, hopefully it does arrive next week. That would be a nice build to crack open. Yeah, I still haven't pulled the trigger on the Daily Bugle. Still waiting on it. Not necessarily even waiting on it, just waiting on something to pop out with it. Oh no. And now I want to use these ball joints as chairs. Oh, but it's so perfect. It's the perfect use of them as little backrests, kind of like the Slave One. Attaching a 1x3 to the back because it goes in the pinhole that we've left, and we can relax them as much as we need. Although they're not centered. Is that going to bug me? Is the fact they're not centered going to annoy me? No, probably not as much as I think it would. And we could scoot them across. Oh, yes, give me a figure. Minifigure. Cloud City Pilot. Why is this guy on my desk? Might have knocked him down on Thursday's stream. Otherwise, I don't know. And the helmet's massive. This was not a good choice. No, the minifigure doesn't fit in. That's it. Let me get my stormtroopers and we can actually try this out with some proper figs. So this is most of my displays at the minute, with the troopers just stacked on a base plate. Make sure you are putting your troopers down vertically, as we discussed recently. You don't want to slide them on or put them on at an angle. Vertical troopers. I guess taking them off probably isn't too bad. You should be taking them off, putting them on vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a full row of troopers. Wow. You can stand there in case I decide I can fit a few more. Let's see if we can fit a trooper with the headrest. Thinking I might also flip that around. Yeah, 3 studs is too much. Didn't think that was possible. 3 studs being too much. Only 3. Captain America, I guess you're just patriotic. Fair enough. There we go. Rebecca said Black Widow. We got the Avengers between us. UCS Death Star's gift with purchase looks bad. Do you think? Rather buy the TIE Interceptor polybag. I think that's a playset. It's definitely 4+ vibes. I agree with everyone saying it does look like a 4+ set. And perhaps that's not what all collectors want. But the fact that it fits in with the Death Star is a nice touch. I wonder how complex of a build it is to be included in that. No headrests here. All right, well, we try, unless we add a clip. Unless we add a clip, we push it even further back. Look at that. It's like a little reclining chair in there now. Does it? Does it fit? Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll remove that. Don't need that anyway. Boring conversation anyway. We'll see if we can get a trooper in here full stop. Might have to have stood them up from the ground. Oh wow, actually, the trooper doesn't fit. That's too tall. Literally a plate or two too tall. So we could remove the full thing and probably just get a plate in there. Sounds fine with me. Oh, 2x3 again is what we need. Run out of those a while back. No 2x3s. Got the Daily Bugle as a best man present. Best wedding ever. Oh, nice. That's awesome, that. Technic is an interesting way to make a stand. Wonder if they make those pieces in red, white, and blue. White, I would say they make nearly every Technic piece. Not that I know. That's just my best guess there. But I feel like white is made in almost every piece. Probably is every piece. Probably is. Blue would be the hardest. Red is fairly common because it was, for the longest time, the strongest Lego color. So a lot of prototypes that get out there through various means are usually red, or red, I think blacks are fairly common, or translucent, to test where the weak points are, which is smart Lego to do. It is quite smart to use their weakest colors to see which parts like crack first and fall under pressure. A lot of minifigure parts are done in a translucent color as well. Translucent color. I guess translucent color. Technic, yes. They probably make a couple of them in red, few in blue, and one of the pieces in white. I feel like white recently is more common, especially with a lot of the cars, a lot of the rovers. The Mars rovers need a lot of Technic pieces, so they might be rare, but they probably exist. Bill for Christmas, because the Phase 2 clone battle pack is £17 at B&M. That's a good point, asking everyone to get you a battle pack. That's probably what I'd do as well. Just amass a giant army of clones. Everyone bought me a battle pack for Christmas. How big is the army? Could I put the glass higher up? I probably could, especially if I mount it on top of the sides. let's not throw this away just yet. Let's play around with it. Which side was this? Oh, sometimes when you're popping off Lego, it's easier to pop up some of the pieces, especially like that. The plate was holding it in. Pop up the plate, and there we go. We could then at the front have a bit more of a slope. We're missing like a 2x2 slope in here. But that's definitely something we should have had in here. Or what we could do is, oh, add a 2x2 plate. How tall's this? So this would have sat on top, and that's a brick tool. No, where the brick's at? We don't have a 1x2 brick. All right, that brick's penned in. At the minute, we're going to leave a gap, but that was the height of the trooper before. And by sticking that out, how high would we need to make the cockpit? Easiest to remove the lid before we do anything. Could we get that out? Was it just the brick that fit? Might have just been the brick that fit. Or maybe nothing. No, it was the brick. So that's a brick height in there. Ooh. We could completely redesign this if we needed to. Because that brick would be the same as one of these. Yes, let's salvage some 2x4s from the roof here. Take all the ones we can. 1x4, 2x4, something like that in the middle. Oh, it's hard when you go from one pattern to another. And then we need more plates, more bricks, please, and thank you. In battle packs. Can't wait to see what the January one is like. Thanks for chilling, Raven. May the bricks be with you. Tie Scepter polybag, kind of the same scale. Yeah, I think we've probably got a few. The Tie Scepter polybag was good. Tie Scepter polybag was pretty much the set that we got from, well, the Planet series, which must have been close to 2010, almost 15 years ago. It was very akin to those sets. Oh, we didn't really raise the roof by anything there. Right, we'll double up the sides. Will this get in the way of the head? No. Okay, lovely. So we'll double that up, and then how many of these do we have? Just build it all the way out. Solid as we can make it. Which that wasn't screaming solid, I have to admit. We've sort of pyramided plates at the top here. Yeah, I quite like the scale of it as a with the UCS Death Star. I like the scale of it with the Death Star, but I see it as a separate set. Seeing £31 for that, it does kind of make our boots quake, doesn't it, for prices next year? If that was £31, yeah, I'm thankful that the prices for January seem to be cheaper. Even looking at some of the American prices, which, remember, when we see leaks, American prices are going to be slightly higher, inflated, because of all the taxes that are being, or mainly the import tax that's now being put on them. So yeah, not great for that, but it does mean the rest of the world prices are, that's not Lego inflation. That's hopefully not going to apply to other prices as well. Otherwise, then we'll probably have a little problem in the community if everyone has to pay more. Whereabouts am I in the UK? East, just past East London, just out past East London. It's the closest you'll get without me giving my address away. Yes. What ship would I want to have having, what ship would I want to have? Star Wars ship, any Star Wars ship you'd want to tie Interceptor. That's your favorite. We'd do another tie Interceptor playset scale after the UCS model. We still yet to get any play scale models, so I would love a Interceptor as well. That's a great call. What ship would I go for? Honestly, it would be right now a Vader's TIE Advance. Vader's TIE Advance, mocking that out. I really wanted to build the Rebels one, but it's just a little too small for my liking. A dedicated TIE Advance would be so nice, and I think Vader's TIE Advance, but we're rumored to be getting that. So what about one that isn't on the menu? Maybe I'm trying to think of sets that, you know, have come out and that I haven't picked up, and the list is very low because Lego have been remaking a lot recently. Maybe a white Coruscant Guard gunship, but I'm still looking to rebuild the old one in a recolored fashion anyway. But maybe that would be a good set to get. There we go. Added some height to the cockpits. How low can we drop them? Wrong cockpit. This is the one we need. Maybe a gunship, maybe a sequel. I'd still like a few more sequel sets. I feel like there's a fair bit that they could do with ships that we haven't, like, we never got a Ochi set. We never got an Ochi or Bestoon ship. That could be a good one. Maybe a few Revenge of the Sith scenes redone outside of the dioramas. That would also be quite nice. Like a... May the bricks be with you, Rebecca. Thank you. The windscreen pieces can be the sides of the gunship. They could be. They could fit in. They'd fit in nice as the sides, wouldn't they? Alright, I've built it up a lot in the middle. Oh, I will. How rude. There we go. Maybe we don't have to build them up as high as I've been going. Look at that. I think that works nice. We can still pop them off with the rest. Quite a wide angle on them, so they're not interfering with any of the front. And these are the two cockpits, I guess. Because we've got the brackets down at the front, we can then attach something to cover up. Something to cover up the front. A few plates maybe. Something like that. And get a nice angle. Or we can use these fancy pieces. Toes might be sticking out. And we don't want to cover. Can we get an extra plate tool? One extra plate. And then we can use those. What are they? They like cover the wheels of cars. Usually, not in this set, but usually. They're not always on a gunship or a dropship. Which this is basically an Imperial dropship. Just for those of you that aren't familiar with the game, this is pretty much an Imperial dropship. There's probably a few stark differences to be made between them, but it's the closest the Imperials got without using the actual dropship, which they did on occasion. We need it to fit nicer in, be a bit more compatible with it. Otherwise, we could stick out the... Yeah, I suppose we could move the stud fires, stud shooters. It does need to stick out a bit though. What else do we have on the front? Want a full-size regular Falcon. Missed out. I assume you mean the playset. The playsets. The Dark Falcon, I think, was a nice break for Rebuild the Galaxy, and then we could get another grey one off that. Could get around nicely in an Imperial light cruiser. Vader's TIE bomber. We Did we recently? We did get a TIE bomber recently. Maybe a few TIE variants. I wouldn't mind. Got a real ship, not Lego, but the set. Oh, of the Falcon, yeah. Cruising around in a real set. Oh, so you want a TIE interceptor in person? I'd have to go an A-wing. I'd have to pick an A-wing. On deeper inspection, I'd probably go with like a Delta, which I feel is what the A-wing probably sprouted from. The Jedi Interceptor. No, the Jedi Starfighter. Interceptor was the Eater. A UCS Falcon life-size would be nice though. Any Star Wars ship built out of Lego that could fly would be amazing. You would need a massive garage for it, wouldn't you? To fit the actual Falcon or any actual Star Wars set. It'd have to be huge. All right, let's remove that plate. We don't need the extra plate. Not yet. And then... does the cockpit fit? No. Ooh, ooh. And our survey says there's a mouth at the front, flashing the toes. Maybe we could go one lower. Honestly, I feel like lower works for this. Now that we've designed the front, or if we sunk the trooper, like a brick behind there. Okay, this might work. Where did those plates go? We used them. We used the plates. Right. 2x4. Nice little flooring underneath. That'll soon be covered. On a new full-scale regular Falcon. I think we could get a Falcon. The problem I have is I'd want an Empire Strikes Back Falcon. I would love a Bespin Leia to come with it. These are minifigures that I don't have, so this is like a me wish list here. A Bespin Leia. I wouldn't mind another Luke. I think getting a Luke, especially given the fact that Lego stores now take hands off minifigures, just give us one hand. Let me complain about only having a one-handed Luke. The free marketing behind people complaining about that would just be awesome. We could then have Lando and... oh, hold up. No, I wouldn't want Lando and Chewie. Lando and Chewie would be great, but we got that with the Episode 9 Falcon. What about Lando and Nine from Return of the Jedi? Give us Mon Mothma, Akbar, and a ton of other. Just fill it with minifigures. What do we normally get? 5, 6 minifigures. Yeah, Mon Mothma, Akbar. Maybe we could get like a named Imperial from one of the Star Destroyers. But a Lando and a Nine. Get rid of the Nine head mold, leave that exclusive to the anniversary minifigures, and give us a printed face with the brown cap that we can then replace for a helmet, which would work, I think. As a mock builder, I'd love to get the helmet instead. A speeder bike would be fun and practical. That would be, and it would fit in a shed. It would. That's a good call. Yeah, you could leave that parked in the garden. Or you could go out and where you've got the bike racks, just tie up your speeder. An E-Wing. An E-Wing would be nice as a playset or otherwise. I think the Stormtrooper needs to be one back. Oh, controls, yes. We could get some controls in there. How low is too low? Right, I think that's too low. That's a bit too low. But with the nice seat bit, where did it go? This step piece, we could use this for controls at the front and not need to raise it at all. So this can fit right up to the front. I think we still need to lower these by one. Oh. All right. Still need to support the middle as well. It's resting quite a bit on this front. Is that? Yeah, it's resting too much maybe. Need to take some weight off in the middle. We could use the slopes. I feel like these slopes will work in holding. You can't see what I'm saying. I feel like these slopes will work in holding back this front, and that stops it putting really any pressure on that top piece. Right, out the way, trooper. We can, if it pops off before it breaks the next piece, that's a success in my eyes. Right, and then that would support the roof, would it? Yeah, that supports the roof without it falling down. So that solves that issue. Not that it was much of an issue, was it? Sped past that. And then I think it's a good idea to go back and rebuild the base. I do think that's a good idea. Let's go back. Currently have the anniversary set that released recently. Wondered if you got a second one, if you can combine them. Just wouldn't have the time, and at that point you could buy the old ones. That is definitely a hassle that I face with mocks in general. A lot of old Lego sets are good enough that you could just pick them up. Maybe not too old, but a lot of the recently retired sets as well. Sometimes they're better than making an alternate or making a mock of another set because of how cheap the parts are to source. So what I'm going to do with this is find that extra. Oh, wait, we use that plate on the front. Ah, we don't have that. Oh, okay. So we'll use this 2x4 out one then. Add the 1x4 in the middle. Or we'll branch it out. Yes. Okay. What I'm going to do is 2x4 sticking out one, bracket sticking out one past that, and then a plate underneath. That gives us all the grip we will ever need for that. And we're going to connect the trooper down via the studs on the bottom of the feet. I don't know if the trooper's going to be this low. Bit of trial and error to get the right height. But I don't love it, but it works. No, trooper needs to be a bit higher than that. Still need to get maybe 2 plates. Cheese slope under the top of the slanted piece. Cheese slope under the top. Under here, the top of the slanted piece. I don't think we have any cheese slopes. The best we had was those grey elements that we just used, the power minus slopes. And we only seem to have 4 of those across the 2 builds. Could use that to hold up the trooper though, and that does support the bottom of it. Would a tile support the bottom? One way to find out, isn't there? Pop this off and see if we can get some tiles inside, because we've got quite a few. We've got a load of these 2x2s in black. That won't draw any attention to it. Yeah, okay. That's solid, that. And then we got the 2 cockpits. I like the way the cockpit fits in. Maybe what I need to do is move this bottom bit back so it doesn't stick out as much. We can do that just by removing 2 plates underneath and moving the trooper back one as well. Even the bracket across one. You know, we might as well just slide everything over and fix that in. Once we know how the bottom of this ship's going to look, we can secure some of these plates with the 1x3s. Give it some feet to stand on, which I think will go nicely in this set. Nice addition to the build. And is there any, there's no like 2x3s or anything, is there? Because we use those straight. I'm beginning to regret using those 2x3s. That's good. Yes, only using the parts from 2 of the battle packs, which I have out on the desk. Usually I don't limit myself, but today we're having a bit of fun And these troopers were from different sets. They don't count. They don't count as the parts. Hello there, TMM Plays. Welcome. Kind of reminds you of a police dropship. Yes, especially the Lego Movie one. Can't unsee that. But it is reminiscent of a canonical dropship, I guess. There we go. Still not perfect, but it's better. And then we can add some sort of slope on the nose, can't we? If only we had the pleats to do so. No. No. 1x2s, where are you? There's a few. There's a few. Okay, there is a few of them. I think I'm going to use some here because I don't see us using many elsewhere. Or how many of these do we have? Because we have 4 wings for each of the battle packs. So I've got enough to put 2 of these at the front. Didn't feel very strong when I moved that. It's enough to put 2 of these at the front. Get a big cockpit space and that 2x4 that we were going to apply. Did I remove the brackets? Did they serve a purpose elsewhere? Maybe we can sneak on stud shooter. Will that fit? That hit everything on the way down. How did I not stop that? There we go. Slopes can be a control panel. I like that idea, especially with the 2x2 space that we've got for them. I've got to make sure I'm leaving enough pieces to replicate this on the other side. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I've run out of slopes. We can fix this. Get some more plates on the top. What do we need? A 2x2. Plenty of those. Honestly, plenty of those. So many around. And then we can secure that down pretty easily as well. And that was where the cockpit was. Yes. I'm thinking maybe even increase the height by another one. So using the snot bricks that could then give us the little tops. On the top of this image, look between the wings. Where's my hand? Here. Over here. We've got 2 little ears almost to it. And I'm not sure about getting the angle of them. But we could get something just at the top using these studs on the side plates. So we're going to use those to balance the cockpits. No 2x6, no, nothing. All the pieces that we could have had. Maybe get a little blaster cover underneath. We're going to need a little bit more space for the stud shooter if we include the stud shooters on. And let's see about using those slopes in the cockpit. Some control panels. They do need to control quite a bit, including the weapons on the ship, the landing, the flying, and everything else. Everything else, just everything. Look at that, perfect. It fills up the gap between the cockpit and the base of the ship. So that's our cockpit done. Now we need to build that on the other side, make sure we haven't run out of pieces, and try and secure that in, which is easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done in this case. So many plates used. Welcome back, Grievous. Mock building. What were you building? Yes, we are. I should have put this really made it clear in the title at least. But we could cheat. We could cheat as long as the piece comes in this set. I did it for Captain Rex. The minifigure scale Y-Wing we built using the Rex Micro was originally meant to use 3 of that set, and turned out it needed 5, and it was all in the engines. I just kept grabbing more parts from my drawers and going, yeah, we're going to need another microfighter. Tried to build an engine. No, we're going to need that one more on the top, and ended up going with 5 of the set. So that is something that I am very privileged to do with the parts that I've collected over the years. Just go grab some more parts, you know. It's kind of the equivalent of going out and picking up another set if you don't have the parts, but it's a lot cheaper to do. So I'm happy Happy it don't cost me half as much. And then what did we do here? Yes, the bracket. The bracket, the plate, the bracket and the plate, the seat, and then the other bracket just underneath. This is coming together real nice. I was slightly worried earlier that we wouldn't be able to do it with the part limitation and we would need a third set. But I think there are enough pieces in this, especially to build what I would consider almost battle pack scale. This is definitely a 25-35 pound battle pack, but it's almost battle pack scale. Like I say, a few parts maybe for the security of my new battle pack. For the security of the set, you might need to add a few slopes here and there. But we've got a load of tiles left over. Who knows what we could put them to use for? Needed some 1x3 tiles. Don't have any of those. A lot of 2x2s. A lot of these as well from the wings. Because each battle pack comes with 4 of those wings. So that adds up. That adds up real fast. And that's more wings than we can do anything with in this set. That's why we've used wing connections on the cockpit. We've used wing connections here, wing connections there, wing connections absolutely everywhere. Because we have more connections than we can do anything with. And, ooh, oh yes. Wait, headspace. How tall's the trooper? Oh no, it doesn't fit. Oh, I wanted to get an extra plate underneath, but the trooper says no. 5 of those to build a play scale Y-wing isn't bad. It wasn't. It surprised me how secure. It looks fragile. It does look a bit fragile. But it was surprising how secure the model actually was as well. On top of the fact that it is just a few different play sets, it turned out really good. Oh wait, 1x3s. Found a perfect use for them. In each set, we must get 8 1x3s. And I know this is one element, perhaps the only element in the entire set I don't have more of. These 1x3 undertiles, I have 2 more of from the F1 make and take at Smith's. And yeah, other than that, I have all my parts are on the table right now. You're building a jungle kind of area, so you can use for different displays. Star Wars, Jurassic Park, City have some good sets that I wish came with more displays, kind of like for the battle pack. Let me get it. Kind of like for the battle pack, originally we were going to get this side build, which didn't pass preliminary images, which is a shame. Honestly, this little thing right here makes the battle pack look a little better to me. And even if the Juggernaut come with a giant rock cliff, we've seen it in a jungle set with like a lion or a tiger on it. I don't know if it's an older set, but if it come with a little side build, it makes it seem worth more. Not worth what the Juggernaut's retail for. I think even with the Death Star, the Juggernaut's still one of the most overpriced sets of this year in terms of what I think it's worth. But coming with a side build like this does definitely help a build. I've got a whole jungle of minifigures and parts building up on my desk. Building an army of the ACU. I wonder if the ACU have like special vests as well for their minifigure. I can't remember what they look like now. Been using Lego apple pieces as bulb looking plants. That's a good idea because they've got the bar connection as well. I really like the fruit, the animals, and the like the hermit crab that has the bar element on top, and that actually answers to, it's the same 45-degree angle to the studs with the bar coming out the bottom. It's the, I guess it's the female piece to the male piece coming out the bottom. Hard to explain, but that, I really like those pieces. Any piece that has a partner piece, really good. Looks good from the front, thank you. I do quite like it. The cockpit sticking up a little bit there. I don't think I'll do too much to the nose of the ship. I think I'm probably going to leave it. Maybe tile it off. Maybe tile it off so that it fits in with the black colours of everything else. There we go. Give it a nose as well. That, yeah, it sits as well. It doesn't get in the way. All right, we've got the first part of it done. A lot of snot bricks still. Maybe snot bricks can act as the feet. Might be onto something there. Because we need something under the trooper. Let's add another clip. One more clip. Maybe these can be used to hold weapons. We've got a clip up the top. Could put a clip right next door, but that would carry up. Ooh. We'll hide another clip somewhere. We'll find a spot. We could get a clip in the cockpit. Let's add some studs, not a tile, because the lid pops off with both cockpits as well, which I quite like in a small build like this, having that space to do so. The cockpits get in the way of a weapon at the front. Am I right in thinking that? No, actually, I think a weapon more than fits at the front. We just need to secure it in. Or what we could do is have two blasters behind whoever's sitting in. Will it get in the way of the hands? Maybe, unless we fold the pilot's hands back. We've got some studs down the side of the trooper, 3 studs down there, and I think we could get a few blasters stowed away, hidden down there. Maybe 2. We've got 2 clips behind the doors here and 2 right at the back. 4 blasters. Maybe we get some clips underneath. Oh look, there's the 2x3 plates. Yes, any excuse to get rid of those. Oh, the poor plates. We can get some clips top and bottom at the back. They can hold blasters. Maybe if you do want to add some parts to your build, if you are trying to build along with this at home, you could also add, we wanted black floors. It's kind of throwing a spanner in the works here. You could also add a door that clips on a hinge. Yes, I do really want black floors though. Oh, the sacrifice. No, we've got to go with black floors for the Imperial ship. Oh, the sacrifice we're making here. Oh, but what could it be? Let's get the windshields down properly and secure the top. I think it's about time. We've got a bit of security up there. What other details do we have? We do have a bit that sticks out on the nose, so that's perfect. Perfect. Get a few angles thrown in there, just like so. We want the space for the cockpit to fit really however the cockpit wants. So there's our second nose to the dropship. I always hold it too close to the camera. And the wings. Oh, the wings are going to be fun. They're snot bricks. The wings are pure snot bricks. We could snot brick the wings. How long are they? And we've got a little something at the end. We got blasters at the end. That's like the easiest part of this entire wing. And then if we're using snot bricks, we can connect them together with a lot of black elements on black. It's so hard to show off, with a lot of these tiles. Maybe even covering the snot brick a little bit. And then we've still got the hole that will fit in. I'm liking this for the wing. Don't need to overcomplicate anything. And that can fold down. I'm falling behind in chat, aren't I? What do I think of the current pieces of Ninjago sets? You don't understand why they cost more on average than Star Wars at this point. You know what? I think it's because Ninjago come out with a lot of pieces first. recently I think a lot of you are going to watch today's video later. So in that video, I build a certain set, which is, well, a recolor of a new set coming out. And the legs for this have a grey piece that was made for Bumblebee. That's all you're getting. You're going to have to watch the video for a closer look at that and then stay tuned for more. In that set, that may or may not be the new Gingerbread 8080 coming out October 1st, we get a little look at a piece that they've used in Bumblebee, and I think that element was actually used for Ninjago. It's a new element for Ninjago. Bumblebee did come out first, and I think Ninjago use a lot of new pieces. They might find their way into Star Wars real quick, but that tax that we were talking about for Plo Koon's head mold, for the new Trooper helmets, that definitely gets seen in Ninjago. And you can tell when the sets do have a new element, because there'll be a similar set that came out not too long ago, a few months, that's like 10-20 pounds cheaper. And you'll look at it, they'll have like the same parts and everything, and similar minifigures, similar builds sometimes, but one set with one new piece, be it a dragon mold, will be like £10 more expensive, and it won't make sense. I do think there is a new piece tax. I think that's worth a deep dive. If anyone has, you know, a few hours spare, have a little look, see if there's any sets that don't fit the mold with that. But I've had a little dig, and I do think it's just because Ninjago introduces a load of new elements. It's a Lego theme. They probably have a bit more leniency with how much sets can cost, but hopefully they don't start releasing $1,000 Ninjago sets anytime soon. I don't know. I like a lot of the newer sets that are coming out that are more display pieces, but they are quite expensive. Hopefully they can stay as affordable as they can for as long as Lego would like to, because when Ninjago is an expensive theme, we're all doomed. There's no saving us. When Ninjago goes, we lose the lot, I fear. Just making noises now. I would like to get a little light on the end of the wing. I feel like, let me get close up. There's a few lights visible. The end of the wing's cut off. You see the little blue and red lights on the wing. I would like to get just a translucent blue stud. Maybe we can get one on the end there, and there's 4 on each of the builds. So we have, I suppose we should probably fire a few studs. I can't remember what color. Actually, we don't have any of the tulls from the stud launchers. There we are. We got one light blue stud in there, one on the end of the wing, just to add a bit of color to this set, which it has been lacking so far. I think this build is pretty much done. I feel like it's pretty much done. Stud shooters on the side we still needed to build out. Maybe get a brick on there to cover the side of the Trooper, or a plate. How many plates do we actually have left? There we go. There's a 2x2. Is that gonna work? That might catch. That's definitely catching. So 2 plates. 2 plates is what we need. 2 plates isn't what we have. Unless we stack them and get a stud fire on a stud fire, stud launcher on a stud launcher. If it works, it works. A count of pieces, army to build, a counter. Where were the count of pieces? What do I think? Oh, the ball joint. It's the ball on the other deck. Receives the ball. Ultron Sentry. Oh, nice. Around the Avengers Tower. Yeah, an Ultron Sentry army. I almost picked up that battle pack. Weren't we meant to get an Ultron Sentry in the magazine? Did I miss that? Did I completely miss that? Hello there, Declan. Welcome to the stream. I think I missed, unless it was Iron Man that was meant to come in it. I thought we were meant to get it in a magazine, and I just forgot about it. Never picked up a single magazine. Might have to order a few of those, because I would love to have an Ultron army If that battle pack even came with 3 sentries and like one of the people on the wall, I think I'd have picked it up. The fact that if I'm right in thinking, it come with like Iron Man or something instead of one of the sentries. So I didn't end up picking it up, but that would have been a great battle pack. Quite liked the battle pack that Ninjago come out with. I think it was like a Lloyd mech, so it wasn't really a battle pack. But the little mech set that come out, I did pick that up because that was a great set. And I can't wait to see January how many cheap sets there are. We've got some more expensive sets this year. They need to make them cheaper. £9 Star Wars set, yes please. The Mando speeder bike, and that might actually be where I get Mando. I wasn't going to pick up that speeder bike because I have so many Mandalorians. I'm probably going to pick up another Mando set for the movie, but I might pick up that set if it looks good. If the speeder rivals my own. Remembering using it on the set you built. Every Ninjago set, the new Big Bad, has a new mold for their appearance. Yeah, that definitely adds to the price. But I like it because we have seen a few of the unique molds. Most of them probably don't end up in other themes, but we have seen quite a few end up in other themes, and they're nice elements for Lego to be able to do that with. Just to use for, you know, whatever they deem fit. I don't want them to stop anytime soon, so I hope the Ninjago sets get a bit more affordable next year. Same goes for everything. A few cheaper sets, please. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 troopers in the back. Let's make sure before we go any further that we can fit them all without them bumping heads with each other or the ceiling. And our survey says there is a... No. Oh, our survey says I forgot about one of the helmets. Easy fix to do. Well, no. A few plates need to come off before it's an easy fix. But I could swap that for brackets. Do I swap that for... Or do I just round off the top? How close does the nose get, I guess is the question I'm asking. Oh, where did you come from? No, you're not meant to be up there. Oh, the nose doesn't get close enough. We're going to just need a few plates. Let's mix that up. What are we looking to? 2 plates. 2 plates on the nose, and we'll stagger them up. Pop the whole thing off so we don't break anything. Literally whole thing off, and then we can stagger the nose a bit like that. So we've got, oh, there you go. So we've got that extra tile of height. Does this fit with the troopers? It does indeed. Does this fit with the roof? Because I've built that out. Take those off then. And get those plates on top. What are we saying? It works. It works. There's a little gap we need to fill at the top, which we could do with that piece we were just using. I wonder, maybe a bracket, maybe how tall do we want this to fly? Because a bracket would work. Bracket would work real nicely, but oh yeah, we need to build the other wing as well. Before I go through all the snot bricks, let's build the wing. Brackets would work nicely. Hello there, stop motion guy. Reinforce the windscreen would be helpful. Yes, especially on this corner bit. This corner bit needs to have maybe a little light. Again, perfect place for a 1x3 tile. They're so close. They're behind the image, but they're so close. Or we could get a few tiles in there. Maybe a 1x4. Maybe. Or we could flip it around. Get a 1x2 on top of it, and that would secure it in. But that might move the height. So what we could do for the windscreen is just get a 1x1 with a tile and slot that in the side. You know what? Might be easier doing this with the roof off so I can get underneath it. And then that stops the bracket from falling off, which is going to be the main forces applied to the windscreen. But the actual windscreen itself, much like in the original set, is only able to be held on by those two studs at the bottom, which honestly isn't bad for the set. It's a little annoying because I would have liked the connection at both ends as well, or at least a few more studs to reinforce it. You know, add a little inverted tile or something underneath. And then there we go, a bit more blue as well. We've got some more lights on it. Where else do we have lights? Right in the middle. Ooh, we've got 4 studs left, 2 of which we need for the wing. Again, before I forget that, let's build the wing. So for the wing, we're using a 1x3 and stacking 4 snot bricks on top, building a massive wall. Maybe not massive, but building a big wall. And it's quite loose at the minute, especially this stack here. It falls off very easily. So what I like to do is grab a few tiles and connect the snot bricks, because then whatever happens to one side will have to happen to the other, and that means you can't fold these off anymore. These are nice and strong. They survived the drop test, and hopefully we're not dropping this model. Please no, it's been through enough already. The amount of pieces I've dropped throughout the stream. We need to get a stream counter for how many pieces I've dropped. I fear we would run out of space on the screen, especially if they're carried over. A great way to make the wings and add the colors as well. Thank you. Does Ninjago do battle packs? Not really, but they do a lot of cheaper sets that are at that old battle pack price. I think I need to angle the wings down a little more. Don't want to cover the troopers too much, but the wings also do remove with everything just pops off. Everything pops off. You've got full access to all 8 minifigures. Love that in a set. Absolutely love that. Also need to build out the back of it, which if we're adding feet to it, we could add a few things. We don't get a good look at the back of this. And I do feel there's a bit more to the back. But so far so good. A few more 1x4s as well. Making total use of these as our 1x4 plates, because we don't actually have 1x4 plates. So there are honorary 1x4 plates. And to angle, maybe that's it for the interior. Maybe the inside's done. We do need that bracket. Ooh, we need a bracket or something in the middle. Gotta be something. And then to finish out the top, bunch of black plates and tiles that will do the trick. You know what could be a good idea? We combine these and the brackets and these bricks. Use them to give it a bit of height. Great way. You have 20 of the Ultron Sentries from 2015. Fair dues. That is a nice army there. And 2 Ultron Mark II, so they all match. Nice. What do I think of the 15th anniversary of Ninjago coming up? Will they remake the legacy sets from a few years ago, or season 5 to 10 sets? Oh, I wouldn't mind a few. Yeah, I guess they've already remade a load of legacy sets, so something new could be refreshing. What I'd like to see for 15 years in Ninjago are the sets that over the years, 15 years in Ninjago, first off, that's nuts. And it does feel like last year they were celebrating 10 years. That doesn't add up mathematically, but it feels that way. I would like to see the sets that they haven't been able to make, maybe due to part restriction. Maybe there just weren't enough sets in that theme. I'd love to see a few sets they weren't able to release now, like they go back, revisit them and release them now, because there's some really good builds from Ninjago that you see throughout the series, which I don't follow along with anymore. I probably watched the first 2 seasons before getting distracted with something else, but I still see a lot of the clips of the vehicles. The transformations on vehicles as well sometimes are really cool, and I'd love to get that in a Lego set, especially if they do a few sets in the style of the giant dragon that they've done, but make composable. Take the feedback from these first few sets, and they could cook up a storm with some with some of the sets they could release. So, you know, take their time with it, sort of thing. Maybe bring back a few older designers to work on new sets. If there have been designers that have left to other themes, they could do something really good. I hope they make a set with the old Ninjago figures, like the pre-movie looks. Oh, that'd be a good one as well, especially if they tweak them, they update them a little bit. What is the mat that I build on? This is a custom Master Mouldie mat that is available on my store, linked in the description. And my one's dirty. Can we stop for a minute? And you know, all these different paint marks, and yeah, my one's pretty dirty. You can pick this up on my store, link in the description, if you want a mat that adds up to the scale of Lego bricks. Hopefully you can see that pretty clear. So that 2x2 fits on a 2x2. It's a lifesaver. It is an absolute lifesaver when you are working with Technic, when you're working with long plates in a set. Lego sets nowadays don't just include a pile of 1x8s. They include, as we saw with the UCS ATST, 1x3s, 1x4s, 1x5s, 1x6s, 1x8s. They include everything. So this comes in so handy for people like me that dump the 1,000 parts on the desk and work with them all at one go. Maybe they split them up in bags a bit nicer. Hello there, Deadly Will. Welcome to the stream. Do I have a wedge for on top of the ship above the windshields? I have a few of these sloped wedges that might cover the ball joint. Especially, or if we add a 2x2 plate. So if we add a plate underneath the windshield, like that, this one might not look as good, but we got to give it a shot. Yeah, it sticks out a little too much. Maybe we can stick that next to where the plates are sticking out, right here, right there. It will fit in, and it won't limit the windscreen. Not that there's much to limit there. Or we could use the flat rounded ones. I don't think I have enough of these. I have 2 more. No, because we used them for the nose. Can I replace them for the nose perhaps? Oh yeah, let's see what we can do, because that would be perfect. Let's see. I heard they're making the treehouse from Rise of the Snakes. I need to catch up with Ninjago. There's no reason I stopped watching just besides the fact that I was watching something else. So I do need to catch up. Go back, start from the start, honestly. I caught up with Dreams quite quickly. Go back to the start and just start watching. There's the nose. We could just build out. Do I have a 2x4? Still want the Great Devourer. Ooh. Big snake with all the snake generals. I think they throw all the snake generals in a set. That's a set that is real hard to find. Hello there, 2 Clone Bricks. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that will be a set flying off the shelves. I have a handful of snake generals. A lot of them from sets that my brother have given me. My brother has given me since, and he's no longer into Lego, so I've got quite a few sets that way. Nice way to get some of the expensive figures. But there are so many sets. Oh, I tell you what this is like. There we go. I've used some of the rounded off plates just in there to hide some of the gaps next to the ball joint, and it reminds me of, fits in real nice, reminds me of the Wampa that I recently built, or Jim the Yeti for any Dreams fans. Yeah, my brother unwillingly donated to a greater cause. A lot of those were from an old box that I think I remember doing a video on. I don't know how I styled it, so I don't know what the title would have been for it. But it was just a box of random Lego sets that I opened on the channel at some point. It's out there. It's out there somewhere. Again, brackets. Brackets are almost perfect, besides the fact that they take up too much room for this. The brackets work until the brackets don't. Oh, but 1x2, and we've got two 1x2s up top. Let's see how good Lego engineering is. Because if we, you know what, do we need the roof on? All right, this might be a tight fit. If we've got one of the angles there going into a point above the troopers, and we got this little W up here, will they fit? Will they fit together, or is one of them going to get in the way? Oh no, this one gets in the way. Does it? It's like half a stud out. I think the actual problem with this is the plate underneath it getting in the way, but there's no way to get rid of that without getting rid of the slope on top. It was a great video. It was quite some time ago now, actually, that I made that, so good luck finding it. I think the nose isn't high enough. Maybe we need to stretch this out over the top, or build this out another stud. Don't have a 1x2 in black though, do we? All right, for now, let's work with this. And then that gives us the space to expand the nose in the future if, big if, oh no, falling apart. Let's get a foot on it. What do we have? We have 1, 2. This is the 1x3 inverted tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost 7. 8 of the 1x3s. How do I go about patterning these then? I guess the clip takes priority. Right, I'm just going to whack these on in a mysterious pattern, and I'll show you in a second when these are all on. I guess the troopers are fairly easy to plate under at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got some right at the back. That might be all that's necessary. Can I press down on the trooper? Fair enough. 2 just to style it out. Yeah, the video was something about a mystery box that I picked up, and it was given by my brother. I don't even know if I say that in the video, but it was kindly donated to a greater cause. Yes. No. Maybe. No, not really. This new styled nose isn't working as nicely as I thought. So what I could do is shrink it. Maybe I've been thinking about this the wrong way. Rather than growing the nose out, what if I shrunk it and hid it underneath? Oh, then it would still fill the same space, but it wouldn't be as high. There's the nose. Okay. This one might be what we're looking for. Oh no, still not quite. Leaves a little gap, too much for what I like. 2x1 will get the job done. Maybe squaring it off is what we need, because the angle does go round the cockpit there. That'll look good. It's the reason we banned Craggle. Try putting the roof on first, then the nose. Maybe that's what I need to do. We need it like half a stud out. And wait, whoa. All right, we'll keep the roof on for this one. Let's see if this works. And then all I'm going to do is put that 2x2 back. And originally we had this angled slope pointing the same way. What if we flip it? Is that a crazy thing to suggest? What if we flip it and just have it pointing upwards. Because then we've got the, oh wait, this was easier said than done. We've got the angle. Where's the connection? We've got the angle we need without any of the slopage and the underplatage. Underplatage, that's a new term. Why aren't you going on? At least we know the build is pretty strong for the force that I'm trying to stick this down with. Come on. Oh, because you're on ball joints. Yeah, popping this off. Oh, it's almost perfect. It's so almost perfect. Again, it's half a stud off. I might go full send and just move it up another. If we shrunk it, it would be pretty close. It's just the same. Shame we got the tile in the middle, but that's pretty close. Do I have two of the smaller pointed plates? I think I've only got one of them. One of these ones. I got another one of the flats. Oh, where I start realizing as well that I'm running out of pieces to finish off the roof. I think my biggest concern right now is securing the cockpit. This one here. I'm not sure how we'd go about keeping the black theme with them. If only we could get a slope on the side. Lego need to stop using these pieces as well in sets like this. I don't know if it would affect the price in terms of using a 1x4 slope or two 1x2, but two 1x2 would have been the better way of going about this. If I had two, I could put them in opposite directions. Oh yeah, and then that would house the cockpit as well. Oh, I could take the two off the roof. I could take the two off the roof, and then we'd just need one in the middle to house that. And that would be building it out another two. Or what I was going to do on top of, let me take off the roof. It would be easier to work with. So there's our base right now. The only thing I need to do is add some stud shooters to the side. But what I was going to do on top of this section is stack these. Is stack the bigger angled pieces. So what I could do if I just completely remove those is the exact same thing, and that, oh, it doesn't fill the corners. It'd have to be on the far outside. Ooh. I mean, it works. If it works, it works. Let's see if we can fix the nose first though. Before I modify too much of this roof, we'd have to send it, what, on a 2x4? Send it on a 2x4. And then, so many of these 2x2 plates, tiles, panels. And that's 1, 2. I feel like this also gives the body just a bit more to work with. And then we need to remove, what's the easiest way to remove these? Two plates that are well in there now. We'll start popping things off and see what goes first. Preferably not the entire cockpit. There we are. Or maybe the entire cockpit. And the wings and everything else. Right, I'm not a fan of that element if it's going to take off the entire wing. And then that's going on top. There we go. So that gives us the roof without any of the front, which is not as strong as it was. So we're going to need to replace that top part as quickly as we can. But that gives us a lot of room to work with in terms of what we could put in the middle. Also, for these wings that are jumping off, maybe we connect those. Oh, well, hold on. How are you? Oh, the wings go out one. Also, for these wings, what we could do is connect these with the rounded off 1x1s and just bridge that entire gap. Right now we see the ball joint and there's quite a bit of gap front and back. We could just bridge that completely and hide that away. Yes, Archer, that is a brick separator hammer that I 3D printed. Not my design, but if you search brick separator hammer, it will come up on Google. And it's an awesome tool. Helped me so much when I had to put in a ton of the little studs. And it is a pretty cool design as well. Using those more expensive till pieces, the only thing is, once you use them so much, you will have to either file them down or replace them. Haven't got to that yet. And then, do we even need, do we need any plates? Do we need any more? Let's get those in as well. No 1x2 spare. If I don't use, we got 2 1x2 black tiles. If we don't use them, I'm going to hide them away just under the wing to fill out a bit more of the space. But what isn't holding down? Troopers all down? Yeah. Troopers all down. Studding in the back. What's changed? Oh, is this? Oh, I found what's changed. There's a plate under here that there shouldn't be. Where are you meant to be? On top? All right, let's get you back on top. Because otherwise the troopers' heads will not fit. How was this? How was this? Good question. This was this. That's the only thing when you're building a mock and it starts falling apart when you need to move one of the main plates. The green brick separators. They're the only color, I think they're the only color I don't have. There's a few of the bigger art ones, but of this size, there's mainly teal and orange. And the green ones were used probably only in like 1 or 2 sets, right? They're the rarest of the colors. So if I had any, I would use them. You'll have to take my word for it. I don't have any. But that is the worst one to damage. They're probably very expensive. All right, this isn't holding up. So we're going to need to reinforce. Anywhere in particular we're going to need to reinforce, or just everywhere? Oh. Oh no. I'm not going to drop test this because this is fragile. We'll get some more plates on in a second. And wait, this, oh, the wings. The wings are stopping it. The wings have to be on top, not below. Oh, that's all right with me. Means we'll have to find another way of getting those slopes though. Ooh. All right, wing off. Wing off. Make sure we don't misplace the cockpits. They're kind of important. All right, so the wing clearly goes on the front. But what if we don't have any more 1x4s, do we? So what if the wing went underneath? Ooh. We could just slide the cockpit. We could flip the cockpits. I might flip the cockpits. All right, let's see if this works. Smash test, yes. The green brick separators only appear in 1 set. Oh, that's why they're so crazy rare then. By flipping the cockpits, we're getting the spare studs on the inside, which eliminate any need for an angle later on. And also hopefully mean that the wings are connected a bit closer to the body of the ship. So we could just get rid of all of this for now. We'll need something in the middle, but it would be square and maybe only angled on one front. And then we'll we'll use corner tiles. I think they're easy to replace because we need to get the angle of the cockpits. Oh wait, is this too low? No, why is this stormtrooper? This stormtrooper looks higher than the one on the right. Maybe it's just the angle we've got them at. Oh no. No, it's definitely higher. Yeah, there needs to be an extra plate or two in there. Okay. Here's some we've got left over from earlier. 1, 2. We'll put you in there with the cockpit. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta break it apart. We're not starting over, but in essence, we're trying to clear our palette. And that will hold the cockpit. There's also, I like the fact that we're using a lot of these plates because it gives us a nice angle at the back without us having to do much work in terms of tiling and stuff. And also quite a nice base to build off the wings from, which is always nice. Getting ahead for some work later on. Yeah, we'll use a 1x4 at the minute. Try and be gentle before we add a bunch of parts. No, I'm not liking this as much as the last one. All right, undo. So we really want to get this as close to here. Maybe one plate up, if possible. I think we went too high last time. Sure, it's a modular set. Oh, it might have been that there's one modular that's an unofficial modular because it was released before the modular line. I'm sure someone out there knows what I'm talking about. The modular that wasn't a modular. And maybe it was that one. Perhaps that was the pre-modular modular. Which is fun to say. Where'd the other cockpit go? Oh, wrong side. Now, why is this one not? The other one worked perfectly. Oh wait, it needs to be higher. Well then, if it needs to be higher, oh, what's it waiting for? 1x2, waiting for more 2x3s. No, where are the 2x3s gone? If there was one thing I could do to this set, it'd be to add more 2x3s. I guess it builds up. So we can just go with this at the minute. Or why don't we use, oh, do we still have 1x3s? Yeah, still got 1x3s. No, they wouldn't work for the sides. Then what we can do is build out little ears for it. This can be a part of our slopes going up. Okay, there we get in. Hello there, Slope Coffee, welcome to the stream. We have taken 2 of the Night Trooper battle packs and we are turning them into the proper dropship transport from Star Wars Force Unleashed, which is an old Star Wars game. They did make 2 of them back in the day, following Starkiller. You've probably heard of, maybe. Starkiller might ring a bell. And these were used as the troop carriers for them. But the Lego version was made first when there wasn't an official troop carrier. We didn't know what they looked like. So Lego ran with it and made it their own. And that's why it looks so different from what we now know as the official version. It was before it became a thing. I don't know also why they didn't use, maybe they did base it off the Lego model. Lego isn't the most, accurate in terms of model making. It's very blocky. It's very not what they do for video games. Maybe they did. And that was their interpretation of an interpretation. And we're just interpreting everything now. There you go, the Palace Cinema from 2013. Only $2.60 though. Brick separators, I think, new are £2, so that is good. Nice price, at least they're not costing too much. Alright, the hardest part of this is just getting the roof to fit. Now that we've worked on everything else, it's fitting one bit in another and trying to get the wings on the same. Maybe we're going about it the wrong way. Maybe we're going about it the wrong way because the wings should fit on first. Do want to build a nice base of plates under there. But whilst we've got it built up, we know the wings should come out. All right, up you come. The wings should come out in this row here. So, hello there, well, Paxi. Have I ever noticed the burnt Anakin head makes a good unmasked Deadpool? No. No, I haven't. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it does because of all of the scarring on it. That is a nice piece usage. I also have, speaking of Ninjago earlier on, I also have this burning coal minifigure. I've taken the wings off from a magazine because I think this head and arm makes a really nice burning Anakin. Not a burnt Anakin, an actual burning Anakin minifigure for a Mustafar display, and no fire required. We did set fire to our Mustafar display. Don't set fire to Lego. But if you do want a burning Anakin, look no further than the Dragon Coal minifigure, which has some nice translucent orange parts. Don't think we'll be getting them in Star Wars. Not for a while. Not for a while. Been watching Ninjago since season 1. Ah, see, I fell off and stopped watching. I need to get back into it. Maybe the nose is a straightforward line. All right. Yeah, I stopped watching, again, not for any reason. So I don't know, I haven't got back into it already. Surprises me that I haven't. How small can we make this roof? Angle the wings. This is the dropship from Fallen Order that we're building with 2 battle packs. Could also get a little tile in them. Do we have any grills left? No, all the grills are gone. All the grills have been used. I guess the cockpits really did use quite a few of them. And then we need that to go the other side. Ooh, 1 or 2 plates up, which is not what I want to hear. 1 or 2 isn't good when measuring Lego. I don't know what 1 or 2 means. Ah. But 1 or 2 does give us more space in the middle if we wanted to add more tiles. We do have more tiles. Let's use them. Let's use away. Get some of these 1x4s out as well. Do I have enough to be just using them willy-nilly like that? I don't know. I'm hesitant now. Do I have enough 1x4s? We can always come back and salvage what I haven't used. Oh, or better yet, 2x4. Come in to save the day. Could use the half mask from Spider-Man to make a Deadpool with a mask pulled up. That's a great piece as well, because that would go with the Anakin head. And I'd said about my Deadpool actually on stream, and where did I find it? Oh, here it is. I don't have a Deadpool minifigure because I think he's a Comic-Con exclusive still. So what I've done is I've taken Spider-Man's head on a Jet Trooper torso and legs. I think I flipped the Jet Trooper torso from the battle pack we got with Rise of Skywalker, and this is my working Deadpool minifigure. It's a very early stage Deadpool, but I do think the Spider-Man mask isn't too far away from it. Perfect minifigure combo. Burnt Anakin head, Prime Empire black shoulder armor, Sith Trooper body. Oh, Far From Home Spider-Man dual molded legs, And if I have it, the Peter Parker half mask. That is a great Deadpool. That smashes this one. I didn't think of the Sith Trooper body over... What? Do I have a Sith Trooper body nearby? No, I don't think I do. But I do have a few spare Sith... Oh, wait, I've got my minifigures here. Yeah, there's a Sith Trooper here. With the pockets. Yes, the pockets look good. I think it needed a bit more black for me. So that's why I've gone with the Jet Trooper reversed. But the ammo belt. Yeah, definitely the legs from it. Quite like. Oh, but the Far From Home Spider-Man dual molded legs. Ooh, I would love to get some Spider-Man dual molded legs because all my Spider-Men, where did Deadpool come from? All my Spider-Men still have solid blue legs. Solid blue. I'd need a ton of those legs for like Superman, Spider-Man, and every man in between. Everyone has dual molded legs at some point. I don't think I'll go about painting them like I did with my recent Star Wars CMF from yesterday. My Empire Strikes Back CMF. So much fun creating that. Ooh. But I think I just need to make an order through Lego, maybe through someone who's got a load of dual molded legs. Because a lot of these pieces are readily available online. It's just a case of picking them up. It's all good them being readily available, but then you've got to spend over £10-15 to not get the extra Lego tax. Then you've got to spend on top of that an extra couple of quid to get I think it depends if it's a bestseller or not, and then you've got to meet £50, and before you know it, I'm just buying a ton of Lego that I don't really need to. That CMF video is really cool. Thank you, Archer. I appreciate it. It was so much fun to make. Oh, those 1x4s come in handy here. Mind you, we also need those rounded off. Yeah, the CMF, I've already lined up what I think will be the next CMF. But having rewatched Star Wars, episode 1 to 9, I think... Yeah, there's so many minifigures that Lego haven't made and that do pop up for quite a decent amount of screen time. I think I will be not only continuing Empire, because it is 45 years of Empire Strikes Back. That still feels like a long time compared to Star Wars generally, but also going along with the other movies as well. So what I might do once we've done Empire, I might put out a poll on the channel, keep an eye out for that, and see what other movies to go to, and then work through the whole movie. The prequels are going to be fun because of all the Padme costumes and the Padme outfits. I think they deserve their own CMF dedicated to Padme, and I probably won't work through on the first run every character that has significant screen time, but that's the aim of the game, to build up to a place where everyone has some sort of Lego representation, which I think is fair for Star Wars. It's one of few themes that actually could do a CMF on everyone. Any Ninjago black shoulder armor works, and it will hide the front print. Oh, nice. So you're looking for really about... There we go. We've worked out a roof that will hide the front with 3 sloped elements. And I do have 1 to spare, so I would have had 4. I don't remember where I picked this up from, but I'm happy that I did. We needed it. We needed it, and we needed it bad. Ooh, now, how do I smooth this thing down? The top kind of goes without saying. We can still connect the wings as we were going to. Didn't get a second clip in there, did I? Can do now if we move the feet forward 1, and we've got extra feet, so many feet, all the feet. If we move, maybe we won't have to move them forward 1, maybe we stick them in the middle. We need a 1x4 in black. That's what I'm looking for. That fits on so smoothly. That's so satisfying. The fact that it just goes on, especially the front. If I can show you. So it looks like 1 black block and then it splits into 2 like little teeth. So satisfying. Hello there, Fernando. Good morning. We need a direct a director CMF or creator CMF line that is Lucas, Stanley. Oh, imagine how much that would cost. The reason Lego haven't given us a Lucas or Stan Lee minifigure is down to the cost, how much they just have to pay it's not paying like Stanley or Lucas, but it's their respective charities, how much they would have to give to those and the foundation set up. And it just would cost Lego so much on top of the regular CMF cost, because we see licensed themes have a CMF. They're not any more expensive than a regular one. But if they were to do a director one, 12 different foundations paying out, we're paying like £35 a minifigure here. Crazy, man. It's the sort of money they could put in, you know, the £60 coffee table book. I know there was a more expensive one for Star Wars, but they released a smaller version of the expensive book that only cost £60. A lot for a book, but that's the sort of book that they could charge maybe £70 and add a George Lucas minifigure in, and it'd be a great sell. Pretty good reads as well, those sort of books. And they're expensive enough already, so I don't think many people are going to complain about an extra little bit of money going towards for the exclusive minifigure. I think that will be all right. Oh, can we fit? Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Lovely. Get some snot studs on the side, and that way, no 2x2 in black, but that way we can get the little ears up. And we do have a 1x3 left, 2 of the 1x3s left. So we could try to cover. No, I think that looks too much. It'd be nice to get these at an angle as well. We have one angle piece left. Okay, now I'm listening. We still have an angled piece that could... Okay, never mind. I'll keep the studs there, because I do think, again, if there's an element we're not using, maybe we can get a little bracket even. Stick a little bracket in there. Stick a tile on top. Or, how many rounded off pieces? What do we have left? Let's use it all. Use it all. Not a lot. Not a lot is the answer to that. We've used the rounded off piece at the front. What I could do to try and nab some more rounded off pieces is at the front I use 2 of them. I think having that gap in the middle isn't doing the ship any good, so I'm gonna dismantle it and I'm gonna replace it with a 2x2 like that, like so. Then it blocks it off more, and you can see on this side we've got quite a gap in there. A lot of angles the grey seeps through. That will cover that up. And then it blocks it out a little at the front, but not enough with the nose to make it look any weirder. And then we have a few of these for the wings. Yes, result. We can keep the cockpits in with these brackets. Do they line up? If they do, that's perfect. Looks good to me. It looks like it lines up. Let me verify that with the other side. Scientific method and all that. Replicability, I think that comes under. And it does seem to line up. Well then, we have our answer. Just need the ball joints to fill in that middle. And that will be for this display. Maybe we can get the other 1x1 on the bottom here. Oh, do we have the space? Maybe an extra 1x4. Do we have any of them still? Of course we do. Of course we do. We've been saving them up. And then, oh yes, it works. It fits. How much detail do we want to go into it? Is this a bit too extra? This will stop it folding any further. But is that too much? That might be a bit too much, adding in those plates. we do have like a little sound system going on. Look at the top of the wings, the two little ones that go in the middle. They look like they have a little speaker system lit up in blue. It's not just me, right? A good way to make a symbiote Spider-Man is replacing Venom's head with Miles Morales. Oh, I kind of want the new Miles Morales CMF now. I've been looking for an excuse to pick up him and Gwen because I already have the minifigures and I know they're updated prints. But that's a good idea. Just need something for Ghost Spider. Hello there, C1 Ever. They did it for the German soccer team with the likeness. Yeah, I think it's just about the money. They would need special permission because they could do like Lucas, Spielberg, and Stanley probably wouldn't be included because they can't exactly ask him. But if Lego turned around and said, all right, we're raising money for this charity, do you want to be a part of it? A lot of them would probably say yes. And it's a similar thing to the Universal contract. Everyone was hoping for a like pop star CMF. And I think if Lego did it with a charity behind, sure, they're not going to earn as much money because they're donating all their profits. They're actually net losing. But the free marketing, the advertising, and just the, you know, the good spirit from it is going to rub off on Lego. And that, I think, is a smart marketing tactic. If they do want to look at the business side of it, I do think that would still, you know, people going in stores to pick up a CMF. Maybe CMFs are only Lego store things now. That would suck, not being able to go into a local store and pick up more, but maybe they make them Lego store exclusives just so they're getting the foot traffic through the door. But that could be a good idea for Lego to do, something like that. The front of this is now complete, I'd like to say, but the back of it needs some work, some plates, not bricks, not sure what just yet. We've got no snot bricks. We have a few bricks and we have these 3 steps in the color black, and that is all. That is absolutely everything. So we could try and block it out, we could try and panel it out, and our other options are pretty slim. Maybe we could use the extra stud shooters. I know I wanted them by the driver, trying to get them in the cockpit, but we could use those instead for an engine in the back. We've got to have an engine somewhere, maybe a hyperdrive in the back. We could style it out. Where are the studs? So there's 1, there's 2, and it's in grey, but if we can cover up the back, that'll work nicely. Ooh. And then we could work on packing out the back of it just a little more using brackets and all sorts. I don't know where the bricks come into it. Maybe the bricks. No, I've got nothing for the bricks. Maybe we can build out some engines. We used a lot of the blue studs as lights. We could lock those into engines on the back. What did I use the 1x? Oh, the 1x2 went up there. Is there a way we can slide that 1x2 out and use that elsewhere? Is there a way, maybe like the top of these engines, or even use like the rounded off slope? Something we can just squeeze into there. And I guess we could just brick it out to the bottom. I don't know if this will fit, but it feels right. No, just not. All right. So we've only got the 1 brick. Though we do have 3. Maybe this isn't an engine. Maybe we read the room wrong. Maybe this is just the back of the ship, because that will fill it out a little bit, and we can use some of these grey parts on top. Series 10 Grandpa head makes a good Stan Lee. I've been working on a George Lucas recently. We made a few shorts on it, and I do think there are enough parts out there to make quite good customs of these minifigures. Maybe that's why Lego don't, because you know, in terms of how much it would cost them, it actually costs quite a bit. In terms of how much it would cost them, I think it's probably better to let everyone make their own. Hello there, Alfie. You made it. Welcome, Jim Rat, as well. I am building a Force Unleashed Imperial dropship, transport dropship, or dropship transport using 2 of the Night Trooper battle packs, which has been a really fun build. And now I'm wondering if we can get those extra clips that I mentioned for the weapons on the back. Maybe we can hide these away on the back of the ship and they can carry the extra weapons. Oh, I like that idea. We were going to have 2 anyway. Not sure how I feel about these sideways clips is all. Other than that, I'm quite happy with how these have turned out. If we add some plates in the middle. Let's see how this looks. Clipped on the back. This would come off with the roof as well. So that does build out the back of the ship. I think that rounds it off a bit better than just having it drop and having it just go kaput. No more 1x2s. Ooh, no. Again, some more clip elements that don't fit in. It's a tricky one, this. Maybe we can switch out the plates on the corner. Let's see what we got. The other bracket has dipped. I quite like the idea of building it out at the back. Of adding something. At the minute, it's nice and flat. Adding something to round it off. Maybe I'm rounding it off the wrong way. Maybe, just maybe, I should be rounding it off this way. Oh, yes. And then we do have a little engine we could use. If I put one on top, one... No, it wouldn't work one on top. And we don't have enough bricks to fill up that gap. No, so close. Right, we just got down to the back. If I'm rounding it off, let's see. So, do we need a plate between those? Yeah, that's not going to hold. Any 1x2s? I think the best we can get height-wise is that. That in the middle. Perhaps we can build it out. You know what? Do we even need that? Can we just use a brick in the middle? No, the brick's not tall enough. Let's get some plates underneath it then. Final stretch of the build. Sounds awesome. Thank you. Going for, yeah, you can use the Sydney Sweeney Spider Girl and just get rid of the mouth and leave the eyes. That'd be a symbiote. That'd be a good symbiote as well. This is where I regret using all the slopes we did on like the wings and what if? Ponder the question, what if we got the big brackets in the side, because right now the bottom brackets here are just holding up, basically just acting as 1x2 plates. So we could use the big brackets here and that gives us the small brackets for the side. We can interchange them if we change our mind, and they don't hold much weight as to anything put on them. Maybe we can add a tile just to flatten off the studs. Also holds the wing, even if it does reveal 2 grey pieces behind it. We could push the wing further back. I feel like the wings probably are further back. Right, we've got the slope at the front. Let's get rid of that 1x1 and move the wings back. Just one. Just moving them back one. No tiles changed or anything, despite the temptation. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. The wings aren't covering the troopers as much anymore. That looks nice. Waiting for a very unrealistic £35 sale on the train before you bite the bullet. Oh, the Spider-Man 2 train. Yeah, I've skipped a few comments there, haven't I? If not 3D print Lucas's hair, I do think the Mr. Oz hairpiece from Dreams works really, really well. All done after being paid. Bought some figs on Whatnot. I'm going to buy the Spider-Man train on Amazon. It's reduced to £39. Not bad, yeah. Amazon have got some really good prices. Although, whenever I say the Zon word, it does pop up. I've noticed whenever I say it, you know who owns the company. I don't want to say it because I want to see if it happens on the stream as well. But I know in videos it pops up in the description, like mentioned people, even though they weren't directly mentioned. And YouTube apparently doesn't like that word. I'm going to keep saying Amazon. You know what? I'm going to keep saying Amazon. If it pops up in, if it affects it in the algorithm, I'll find out sooner or later. But yeah, I have noticed a pattern. There's a pattern going on with it. YouTube, you've got my attention. For the Spider-Man 2 train set, you can get the Lego City Grand Central train station from Smith's for £60, which you can put the train in the middle and it looks really cool. The Grand Central train station, yes, that, I think as a set alone, that looks good. That and Spider-Man's train, oh, that would be good. Bought the old Hobgoblin earlier as well, nice. Yeah, I haven't looked at the new one too much to know how well that looks, but I agree the old one is a great minifigure. Found every piece needed to make Stan Lee. I have a Discord, but I have a Discord that is locked behind members, I'm afraid. However, if you go over on a mobile device to the community, you can share pictures of your Stan Lee, or if you can find images of the elements, if you want to share that for the community to find. And I do have a little look through as well. A little look through. I have a big look through. I do look at them. Oh, I need 2 plates. There we go, this works. So rather than working with the bracket the right way up, flip it on the side, and now, yeah, flip it on the side, and now we can get the rounded off back that I was hoping for, the one that I was looking for. I only have one of these though. I didn't think this through very much. maybe attach some like snot bricks underneath. Maybe we can build the engines out from here. The engines is a shout. The engines is a good shout actually. Let's add this first. See how well this looks. Not bad. I like the fact that it's adding that dimension to the back. That's nice, and we can just plate out most of it from here. Maybe we'll fill the middle with an engine. Something like this. Oh, we're working on something now. Get some bricks around it. Nope, too big. We went too big. All right. Still want a way to work the bricks in. Don't think we're going to fit these bricks in the set. There's nothing that, unless we add some bigger feet to it, there's nothing really that fits them in. Can we fit them on the side here? Cover up a bit more of the minifigure. Kind of bulks it out from the front though. We do need to add some sort of protective plate. We can't just leave the trooper exposed like that. So maybe we can add a little side table. Let's see. Something like that. Oh, no. I don't think that fits in legally. All right. Just got to work on the back. And secure everything down. We could add some studs on top because it is pretty barren of studs on top, if I say so myself. There's like no studs on the top of the whole thing. And then that gets rid of our extra one. See, made a community post and tagged me. Thank you. I will check that out after the stream. Hello there, Kenneth. Afternoon from Atlanta, Georgia. Stuck at work till 8:30 whilst watching your favourite YouTuber. Thank you very much. Posted it on the community tab. The old hobgoblin looks, the new one looks horrid. How much is a membership? I want to say 99p if you join. And that's at the bottom tier. Top tier gets you access to a few of my older instructions. I tend to build a lot either on stream so you can build along or through videos. Should you post a video about your CMF stand? Yes, I saw the image in the community and it looks cool. Definitely make a video, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about the figures as well, so I'm sure other people would too. That'd be a nice video to make, that. Oh, do I? Now then, I want to build some engines. We could stack them. That don't look bad. That don't look bad, you know. All right, this is the engine block then. That settles it. Get a little bracket on the bottom as well. We got a spare one. Oh, the bricks. The bricks. Use the bricks. Use my knowledge. Use the bricks. That's what? 2 bricks? Yes. Yes. The bricks have been used. Oh, can't believe we found a use for them. The engine block seems to be able to work both ways. That could work. That could work to its own favour, I guess. And then we'll add a bit of detail. I feel like the studs at the back, just being a block, doesn't work as much. So let's angle it towards the bottom. And then we just need to fill out the top, which we could clip some more weapons to. Do we need more clips? Do we need more clips? Need a Spider-Man CMF, just like live action? Yes, live action. Have to hop off, no problem, Volpaxi. Thank you for chilling, and may the bricks be with you always. Vincent posted something through the community tab, not about Hobgoblin, about your CMF. Ah, I might have seen that. I might have seen that already. Earlier on in the stream, I took a little peek, and the CMF display looks really cool, by the way. Definitely worthy of a video. Oh, but we've still got these slopes. Why didn't I put them at the front? What did I do? Oh, because we had the whole feet situation. I could whack them instead of the 2x4. No, they'd stud up, wouldn't they? No way to secure these on at all, anywhere, ever. It would fill that gap if we wanted to swing the cockpit one wider, which might be a nice idea. But I feel like there should be a perfect place for these. And it's not there above the engines, or is it? No, there's gotta be somewhere we can sneak them in. Just has to be. All right, we haven't found it yet. Maybe these are our spare pieces. We don't have to, when we're mock building, use every single element. I'm just not a fan of having a little gap around like we do at the back here. Oh, maybe we're building the engine on the wrong level. Could we fit that? It's just wider than 3 studs. That's the annoying part, it just being wider than 3 studs. But I think the rest of the model's looking pretty cool. We've got the extra wings at the top. We got the wings sticking out. Nothing really to stretch out about those wings. And no more tiles or anything left. Happy with the back of it. We don't get a good look on the images. Got to be something we can put up the top. Any way we can connect these? Okay. No, that is a negative. Roof fell off. I'm wondering if we can get a little nose sticking out the back. I feel like this ship has some sort of something sticking out the back. We can use clips to hide away a few more blasters, dare I say it. And that just fills in what otherwise would be an empty space. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy. Don't know what that was. Happy with the back of it now that we've got that extra little display. So this is probably the worst angle of it. Yeah, I think it works. We don't know what the back looks like, so we've added a few different blasters that can sit there that will cover it up. Don't want to use too much grey because you know what? We can use some grey to cover the studs on the side, can't we? Cover up the troopers' legs. I kind of want to use a plate and a combination there. No. We can add a little armrest. We'll add a little armrest for our troopers. I like that. That's very Lego Star Wars, giving the troopers a little armrest. We have fit in the back of this. I just popped one off. I just popped two off. And the back. We can fit 6 troopers in the back of this and 2 pilots. That is 8 stormtroopers or 8 death troopers or 8 anything troopers. And I think that works. That works nice as a dropship transport. I think being able to fit 4 in a battle pack was 5 in a battle pack. Lego managed to fit 5 of them. The engine block comes off as its separate attachment. We can have it, we can remove it. But that is, I mean, compare it to what it has on screen. That doesn't look too bad, especially using the limited parts from a few battle packs, and it only leaves us with a little armor stand, a little weapon stand, if anything. There we go. We've got a little weapon stand. I'm surprised and impressed at how many of the pieces we use from this set. We have, how many clips do we have? We have 2 on the back at the top. We have 2 just under the wings at the back here. Then we have 2 by the drivers as well, which, in all fairness, if we had a few extra pieces, we could have included a clip there. But our final 2 weapons are included on the weapon stand. Every piece used. Stop the timer. How long has this stream been going? This stream's been going for 3.5 hours. That's a solid stream. Wow. And nice. Pepictionist sword. Nice. Happy you could join us for the 3.5 hours. But I'm impressed that we've been able to store every trooper's weapon as well. The pilots aren't going to need it. They'll circle back round, pick those up on the second run. And yeah, nice that we've used all the pieces. Really impressed with that. Do you have to sub to see the community tab? If so, you'll sub on your Lego channel. Oh, that's a good question. Also, there was someone that asked about the join button. And I wonder if you have to subscribe to join as well. I've never thought of looking at that, but I guess probably. My guess is probably YouTube makes you subscribe to see everything. I'm impressed that we used everything in the battle pack. No pieces remain. I guess the only pieces were the spare pieces from the original Lego set and the studs used to fire. But we even got some of the lights, which are detailed on the middle of the image. You can see just above the cockpit, there's some blue and red lights, and we got some blue lights just above there and on the wings, as well as using them for the engines. This is the sort of thing I'd love to see from Lego in like a £30 battle pack. Would they do it? Maybe they would. I don't think so, but this is also the first alternate build. I guess we can get rid of the image now. We all know what it looks like. It looks like this. The first alternate build I've built in what feels like a long time. Maybe it's not as long as it feels. I guess it depends if you include like the recolors. Ignoring the recolors, I think this, because a lot of the ships we've been building, Ahsoka's Eater, we did also build the alternate version from, and that was minifigure scale using only the pieces in the set. But a lot of sets we build now are modifications of the Lego build. So it's fun to be back with alternate builds. That being said, let's hope this is not the last alternate build of the year, because I've got a load of sets lined up, including, where did my list go? Including the next set I want to build is the V19 Torrent Fighter. I think that'd be a great set. And then we've got, I promised ages ago, 13th of September, we'll build the Lars Homestead. So if we can build the V19 on Tuesday, do you think we'll get it built in one set, in one stream? I hope it don't take too long to build, but I've seen so much on that set. I'm not waiting to pick it up on sale. I do want to start the actual build. Death Star Mock, make it a good set worth £900. £900 of parts, that's a great idea. £900 worth of parts on like Brickow, because grey bricks are a dime a dozen. They're so cheap for us to pick up, but they're more expensive for Lego to make than we can pick them up for most of the grey bricks. So worth £900 on Bricklink, on Brickout, on like third-party sets, or worth its weight in £900. That's a great idea. Maybe what I'll do at some point, maybe when the Death Star comes out, we can rebuild the dioramas and try to stack them in a Death Star formation. That will be fun. Join button does not show on phone. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't realize that. I guess, yeah, I guess mobile devices are probably not, I don't know, maybe it depends on the mobile device. But that is all for today's stream. Stay tuned. Tuesday, like I said, we'll be starting the V19 Torrent. Torrent? Does anyone know how to say that? Torrent. V19 Torrent. And then we go from there. I'm now going to sort out the printer, see what was up with the tiles. But until then, stay tuned for today's video. I said I'd put today's video in the live chat, which is disabled again on the Death Star stream because it got demonetized for like 20 seconds of audio in the Lego video. Wouldn't have happened if that was a stream. I just really wanted them to show it off like they did Soundwave. That was a great stream. So there's no live chat on that, I'm afraid. No chance of recovering that, but check it out. Here is today's video in the main stream. Head over where you can click. What do you mean? What do you mean error? What do you mean error? Try again. No, there you go. Head over to the main stream, check out today's video. It's a blast, and it does tease tomorrow's video as well at the end. I hope you enjoy it. Until later, may the bricks be with you always. Ooh, ta-da!